Charlie's definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
Because you always used to have to run that. I've been given, like...
And we're back. Above my head, you can see it's Leeds United against Chelsea. It's watch-along business. It's an FA Cup semi-final where one of these sides will be facing Manchester City, people. I'm a bit jealous because Arsenal, I feel we should have been playing Manchester City yesterday. I feel we should have given a better account of ourselves in the FA Cup. I feel since we last won it under Mikel Arteta, we haven't been doing what we need to do in it. But it's not about Arsenal. It's about Leeds United and Chelsea, a game where Leeds fans don't like Chelsea. Leeds always turn up against Chelsea. Leeds have the ability to shoot themselves in the foot, and they're quite dramatic. The same goes for Chelsea. So as a neutral, I think this is going to be a big game. I definitely think it's going to be more entertaining than yesterday's FA Cup semi-final, people. And again, we hope it's a successful hate-along where we will be chanting for Leeds. Leeds, 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 Leeds. Let's go, Leeds. Big up the Yorkshire gang. Smash the like button. Again, if you're a Chelsea supporter that follows my content, appreciate you for having the ability to find good content creators. But for your football team, dead. This is going to be a successful hate-along. If I had to put money down, naturally it's going to be a Chelsea City final. I'd have preferred to have seen Southampton Leeds. It's shades of Cardiff versus Portsmouth. But yeah, man, I need Chelsea to go out of it because you know what's gonna be said if even in the worst season we still won a trophy. COVID era cup don't count in my books. Juju, no one gives a fuck what you think. So you think the football world cares about Juju's opinion? Who cares? Who cares what you have to say? Did we pick COVID? Did we make COVID happen? We won the trophy. And that's cool because we've got the most trophies in the FA Cup in this land. So there could be several. What happened the last time? 2 times, furthermore, you bucked Arsenal in a final. In fact, furthermore, yeah, when you lot buck us in finals, you get demolished. Don't tell me about Didier Drogba against little kids that Wenger was playing. That was meaty. Shut up. Shh. Score a goal, bro. Them man ain't scoring goals. They're not doing nothing. £1 billion. And what have they got to show for it? In fact, what they got to show for it is their starting 11. Big up Juju. Because, again, best example. Picks great content creators. Shit club. And you know what? Juju, I don't want to be that guy, yeah, but based on your name, mate, you need to be careful because they're going to say, you go and watch Chelsea. They're going to think you're Liam Rosner's cousin. Like, get him. He's not one of the good ones. He's not like our Kante. But yeah, let me zoom in away from that foolishness, people. You've got, for Chelsea, Sanchez, crap. Gusto, Chalobah, going to get ripped. Tosin, Cucurella. Lavio's actually playing a game, so he is a real person. Caicedo, who they dared to say was better than Declan Rice. Absolute nonsense. Enzo Fernandez, who can't stop flirting with Real Madrid, is being linked with Manchester City. Garnacho, I struggle to believe you're a footballer. Pedro Neto is there. I'm not going to say anything about Chelsea's players, if I'm honest, because you know we're going to be shopping with them in the summer, innit? Like, what I will say is, I used to diss Kai Havertz. I used to diss Noni Madueke, and then we signed them. So, and actually Raheem Sterling, and actually Kepa. Caicedo's crap, man. Cole Palmer's crap, man. Reece James ain't good, man. Lavia's rubbish. Hopefully, into the air. But yeah, and João Pedro is actually a decent player. You know, broken clocks right twice a day. When you sign 1 million players, one's bound to work. For our side Leeds, you've got Perry, Schrick, Pujol, James Justin, Goodmunson. He's going to give Chelsea trouble today from left back. Bogle, what a name. Big up my Jamaicans. Amanfadu, Tanaka. Tanaka's a baller. Aronson, baller. Okafor, you've been finding your feet. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Tuchel's watching. You're the best. You're better than, for today, for 90 minutes, you're better than Harry Kane. You're better than Danny Welbeck's form. You're better than Ollie Watkins. Listen, smash these Chelsea boys in. Liam Delap can't get a game. Crazy. Liam Delap, Cole Palmer. Ooh. Dario Asongo. Ooh. Santos. Ooh. Not Joel Hatto, the guy you lot was gassing. Teddy Sharman Lowe, you lot don't know who he is. Archer Pong. Jesse Derry, who they stole from Crystal Palace, and they're going to claim he's from Cobham, and Fufana. On the bench for Leeds, Rondon, Daniel James, Longstaff, Piero, used to sign him in FM. Nemecha, he's bagging today. Stanch, Sebastian, Allow me, man. Some of these names, no disrespect, but some of these names are crazy, man. I always give it a go, man. Bornaro, Carl Darlow, and Ganyonto. And for the manager, you got Daniel Farker. We know him. And you've got McFarlane. Who? We don't even know. Chelsea is duck. Chelsea to Arsenal pipeline is a tradition. I mean, make sure none of Madueke don't win the Prem here, you know. Get scary. They're revitalized new life. I mean, on a serious note, banter aside, at the end of the day, Chelsea's season has been terrible. Obviously, there's question marks about the ownership. There's question marks about the players. You know, two managers and counting. Obviously, my man's free if you consider that he's been a caretaker manager, McFarlane. It's been a shit show for Chelsea. It's all gone downhill since they beat Arsenal 1-1. If they can't get it up for the cup, for the fans that are watching this game around the world, for the fans that have paid their money to go to Wembley, then you never will win it. And I don't quite subscribe to cups being like a distraction, because if I look at Arsenal, obviously what's going on in the Prem, what's going on in the Champs, what's going on in the FA Cup, they're all separate entities, yeah. But looking at the League Cup, you did kind of feel it could have been a statement for either side, momentum. It ties into the Premier League race, so I can't say it doesn't. But Chelsea need to kickstart something, innit? Because looking at the Premier League table, do you lot back Chelsea to get Champions League football? I don't know, people. You'll have to talk to me. Caicedo, you know, Meady, please don't give away a red card. Please don't give away a red card. And you're not going to be honest. He's not touching Declan Rice with a barge pole, mate. He's not touching Declan Rice with a barge pole. But you look at Chelsea, they're 8th. This could kickstart them. You know, Chelsea's too big of a club for it to look like that. 5 L's. Wait, hang on. In terms of the form guide, hang on. Juju, you're doing a lot of talking. Wait, hang on. Hang on. In terms of the last 5 games, Chelsea are the worst informed set. Hey, Chelsea is dark. It's dark. Brighton, you lot are Brighton's little brothers. They sell you all their players and they're finishing above you. It's absolute darkness. But again, smash the like button, people. Join the conversation. Mods, please make sure we're keeping a good eye on that. It's good vibes over here. Kickoff is imminent, people. So yeah. No, McFarlane is invited to the parade after joining versus City. McFarlane, Murillo, Danny Welbeck, because I genuinely believe, I don't know why you didn't score against us. You're welcome. Gerard Hillett is the ref today. You know what? This is going to sound dumb, yeah? But I'm happy to see they're using a mitre ball. Like, there's no silly little Adidas footballs, night footballs, good old Sunday League mitre ball. This is what it's about. Come on, Leeds. Come on, Leeds. Let's make noise. Fuck these, man. Let's go. Shoulder hurting, taking enough painkillers. I'm ready for this. Come on, Leeds. The only thing with Leeds could be 5-0 up to the 89th minute. Now they're losing 6-5. They end up winning 7-6. They're on madness. Come on, man. Fuck, you know, the Leeds players are ready, and these Chelsea pricks are still doing their huddles and whatnot. None of this bangs, bro. Man age and all of that. So this. Come on, Leeds. Are we kicking off, Rep? Shout out Chapel Town and that. Let's go. Chelsea are kicking off, unfortunately. Ref, Gary up. We got things to do. It's a nice day. Some of us just want to see this game and enjoy what's left of the British sun. Come on, ref. That's all this about. Oh, Chelsea are some prima donnas. You lot took forever with the huddle. You're taking forever to fucking kick off. You thank the Lord you've done it. Yeah, you man have to do that. You lot have to do that, man. We go again next season. I don't want to hear that, because Arsenal have been the kings of Netflix FC. I don't want to hear that. Don't think I haven't forgotten. Chelsea were screaming we're winning the Champions League. You lot were giddy when you beat Barca and PSG. Okafor could be in here. Early doors, I need this. Ref! I can't like I say don't won the ball. Oh, shit, he didn't. Hey, ref, don't let him touch you like that. Ref, don't let him touch you like that. See how Okafor just ran through their whole midfield? Caicedo making fouls. Someone probably had that in their acca. You're not going to get too much money. That's all he does. Glorified shin kicker. He'd be making strawberry daiquiris in an all-inclusive hotel if he didn't manage to waffle his way into being a footballer. You know what? It's the magic of the FA Cup. The window needs to open because it's hot in here and it's going to get even hotter. Let's push out those windows. Smash the like button. How we all doing, folks? Let's go. Okafor, let that be a precursor. Oh, Gusto, get up. This Gusto fella's still on the floor. If you cut your hair, you would have saw the tackle coming, like. Caicedo shit, man. He's not shit, but he's an easy target. I will say this, though. Caicedo on his day, we know he's combative. Cole Palmer, we know he's a match winner. Enzo Fernandez, I actually think he's a very intelligent footballer. Good passing range. He's one of them footballers, maybe not so much at Chelsea, but he's one of them footballers. You have to have a certain level of IQ to see what he brings. He's got the capacity to score goals and get in the box. He's a shithouser. But what does he excel at? Like, you do everything like to 7 and 8 out of 10. But what do you do that's 10 out of 10? And if I was City, I wouldn't go for him. But I actually think he would work very well at Manchester City. I think he'd work very well in their system and whatnot. And to be fair, Chelsea just been a shit show. When this free kick is able to actually be taken, I can update you on that. Big up yourself. Big up DG in the chat. It's African Gooner here. One love. African Gooner here, using my sister's account. Hope everyone is healthy and taking care of their mental health. What a heartfelt message. And we extend that to you. And obviously, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I did see this, that Arsenal are willing to listen to offers for Gyökeres. It's not from a credible source. If they're, listen, I don't really care. If your name's not Max Dalman or Bukayo Saka or Eze in the attacking unit, I don't really care. What I will say is, just move on Kai Havertz, bro. Gyökeres, rotationary option. Marino's in the cut. Bring me a left winger, bring me a central midfielder. If there's any rumors on Julian Alvarez or you found the next Hugo Ekitike or one of them upcoming strikers, go and get it done, bro. I don't believe in the attack individually and collectively, because even if I flushed out, even if I looked at my attack and I've got Saka, Dalman, Eze, I don't know, like Prime Luis Suarez, Aubameyang, this one, that one, like, in terms of a collective bunch, the conversation is also on personnel, but it's also on Mikel Arteta's coaching, because there's nothing to suggest that if you get these higher level attackers, they're obviously going to do better, but that they're truly going to excel or be platformed in the right way. I'm actually working on the video. The free kick still hasn't been taken. This is in. Sanchez don't want it. Hit the target. Hard and low. The wall's going to jump. Don't watch my man on the floor. The wall's going to jump. Hard and low. Bro, you're not going to make it, bro. Who is that? Tanaka, you're meant to be a baller. Yeah, Leeds, man. This is a dickhead thing. Don't know what he tried to do there. Don't know what he tried to do there, bro. Just hit the targets early doors. Michael, appreciate you. As the man has said, road to 100K, smash the likes, people, and subscribe. Yeah, don't listen to Juju, man. He's chatting off, bro. Will Chelsea score? If I was putting money down, I expect Chelsea to go through, but maybe that's just me doing big club bias. In fact, I can't sit here and say Leeds is a big club. Leeds is a big club. No, I hate all this big club crap anyways, because for me, in my 31 years, if I hate I see this whole big club crap as, oh, my dad's better than yours and I got PS5 and all this kind of crap here. But for me anyways, in my 31 years, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, it's them three. Obviously in the modern game, City has come about, PSG are doing something mad. There's a couple of others. But then how do you quantify big clubs? Naturally trophies, I can't say no. But let's just say Chelsea got 10 fans and they win everything. They've won everything of all time. Arsenal have won fuck all, and we've got millions of fans. What do you quantify as a big club? Because I think Leeds is a big club. I think Nottingham Forest is a big club. I think Newcastle is a big club. I don't think Spurs is a big club, but then at the same time, I do. Obviously, putting the banter aside, like, they've been about. People would say Chelsea's not a big club. I think that's nonsense. In my lifetime, there is. But then again, you speak to someone that was about in the 70s and 80s, Spurs were like, it's not the same, but Spurs were more winning than Chelsea. Chelsea used to be a little, they used to have a little car park. It's a bus stop in Fulham. Not going to lie, I'd love to work for Chelsea's academy and around their scouting. Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo backwards, Cucurella. Hot take, I think Enzo stays, Cucurella's off. Sanchez lumps it long. Surely Chelsea sign a keeper, man. A couple of their keepers on loan are a bit better. I tell you what, good long ball to João Pedro, and he set up Enzo Fernandez, gone for the shot. It is a shot on target. That was promising. And if I'm honest with you, 5 minutes in, both teams have shown they're vulnerable. Obviously, that move from Chelsea, which has come to nothing apart from a shot on target where Enzo's entitled to shoot. The passage of play from kickoff that led to Okafor being given a free kick. That Leeds obviously didn't take advantage of. Leeds have made a mess of this. Yeah, Leeds, you need to wake up, man. Garnacho starting in the semi-finals for Chelsea Football Club. Never let them tell you nothing's possible in life. How on God's green earth he lasted so long at Man United and then got himself a big contract at a big club in London. Anything in life is possible. And you know what it tells you? Football is a funny old game of opinions. Cucurella. And again, if I was a Chelsea fan and a Leeds fan, to be fair, you need bravery. Today, you need bravery. Schema, big up yourself. As he said, well gone, DG and everyone in the chat. Forgot my manners, what we saying. Damn, man. It's a nice day of football. We got 3 points. So, yeah, man. I also think Chelsea can go through, but they haven't scored a single goal in so damn long. They're going to need to find a way. Can't be a big club without champs. Get the fuck out of here, man. Of course you can. Of course you can. Because, again, You were screaming Chelsea when Jose came in and you lot were doing your thing. You were screaming Chelsea a big club. You won these Champions Leagues the other day. Less of that. Less of that. Less of that. And if we're honest, if we're really going to do that, I have to rate certain. There's certain different ratings for Champions Leagues because there was certain clubs were winning Champions Leagues when the Italian teams were in their pomp. Everything was great. There was numerous world-class players about. Certain men are winning the Champions League now when it's meaty. There's more games in this current aspect of the Champions League, so I should be rating that more. And also, again, it's before my time, but I'm sure the Aston Villas of this world, the Nottingham Forest of this world, you only played in the Champions League if you was literally a champion. Ergo Champions League. Loud up, man. Don't mean nothing. Arsenal got more fans than Chelsea, blood. Loud, bro. For little old Arsenal, that's apparently not a big club. All everybody does is waffle about us. So we got to be fucking massive. It's not a disgrace that we don't have a Champions League, if I'm completely honest. In fact, furthermore, our pedigree in Europe is quite shoddy. I want to see Arsenal win a league, retain a league, start winning some European trophies. That's what we need to do. But I tell you what, the Ox Street, bro, we're the main characters, bro. We're the main characters. We're the main characters, 100% for a team that their manager has spent X amount of money and he ain't done nothing. We're boring. We're negative. We're bottlers. Insert, whatever you want. But all we're doing is chatting. These lot don't have friends to talk about football if they're not speaking with Arsenal fans. Certain YouTube channels and media publications, they're going to be obsolete if they don't talk about Arsenal. Like, man, most hated, they're rated. We love it. Beef in Southampton. And again, clubs are even doing the engagement whore thing. Southampton send it for us on socials. Why? Because it's going to get Arsenal fans knickers in the twist. They're going to start crying, hee hee ha ha engagement. Again, waiting for the game to settle. If I'm honest, it does look like, well, Chelsea just got fouled there. It looks like Chelsea are starting to get their groove together. One player I do, banner aside, there's a couple man I rate in Chelsea's side, yeah, Lavia. You lot know I've got an affiliation to Lavia because the summer we signed Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, I was gassed about Rice, but I wanted Lavia for Southampton. The problem with Lavia is you can't stay fit, bro. And that the best ability you can have is being available, innit? I do rate Lavia. Garnacho, he's horrible, man. And do you know what? I'm going to stop listening because it would be Arsenal to go sign him. I don't want no more attackers where we got to start this. If Mikel can, I don't want it I'm not on that. Because when you look at Arsenal's attacking unit, there's some players, that actually have football IQ. They just don't have the ability to produce in the final third. We've got some players that have the raw tools. Noni Madueke comes to mind. You just don't have the decision-making. And yesterday, whether it was Gyökeres, or Gyökeres the worst offender, by the way, whether it was Gyökeres, Noni Madueke, Gyökeres, Odegaard, that final action. And that's something that we've spoken about last season, let alone this season. Bar purple patch from certain players that we have mixed opinions on, and bar Eze, and I would say Gyökeres to a degree, but Eze finding his feet. That's all we've got in attack. Because when the new players come in, I've not seen anything to suggest they're gonna do their thing, bro. But yeah, man. Speaking of obsolete, Chelsea with all that debt might not even survive to the end of Caicedo's new contract. They'll find their way, man. I see all these accounting things like Chelsea don't get Champions League, they're in issues. Obviously, that's a big L. And again, I'm not, to be honest, I don't even think the Chelsea ownership are aware of their structure, man. It's like they're trying to do the football manager thing. 1 minute you're trying to do sell low, buy high, while also trying to be competitive. It's like you're trying to be Brighton, the old Chelsea, and Real Madrid all at one time. It's not going to bang. Goal kick to Leeds. Leeds, not the best attempts of playing out from the back. Too right, mate. Lump it long. Dominic Calvert-Lewin wins the flick on. Not that anyone was going to get onto that. Marlow, one love. Arsenal fans always get emotional when Champions League is mentioned. And this is why I'm so harsh on my football club, because I think we have to be, if we're ever going to win the Champions League, everything has to be perfect. We're not going to, come on, man. Chelsea won it twice on the jammy thing. 1999 was jammy. The Moscow final from United was jammy. Liverpool coming from 3 goals down. We're not going to get them fairy tales. We just need to go out there and win the game. Ooh, João Pedro. He popped it over my man's head. He's sick. I'm having him. You could be a Gabriel Jesus replacement. Cucurella to Garnacho. How many minutes do we think Garnacho plays today? Garnacho versus himself is one of the craziest battles. Somehow the ball's not gone out of play there. Bogle looking to get the dance moves going. See what I did there? Well, in fact, he's played it straight back to Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez. Garnacho, all my life, he's horrible. He's one of them. He's horrible to watch, bro. The only true big clubs are Liverpool, United, Madrid, and Barcelona. The rest might be on the same scale of big in 2 decades, but it's not now. The rest of us aren't main characters. I can't lie. Me, I don't even care about this main character because Arsenal's the main character in my team. Like, I don't really care about none of this. And we are, bro. Wenger bust our thing as well. Let's not be dumb. Change another account from Eden to this to boost the subs, bro. Love. Appreciate you, man. Chelsea fans go hiding if we talk about cheating trophies. Blue coal mashed up Abramovich's legacy. But even that, Abramovich was on the money thing. Sir Alex Ferguson was on the referee thing. And I don't blame it. People can't look at United, City, Chelsea, bro. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty to live clean. And furthermore, there's not a single clean club in football. I know football fans want to look at clubs of beacons of hope. It's a dirty game. And this is what I would say to Arsenal. Sometimes stop trying to do this gentleman thing. Sometimes you have to get your hands dirty to live clean. If life was fair, we'd all have a lot less. Corruption's only bad if I'm not involved. Cucurella wins the header. To be fair, a teammate could have told him to relax, really. He had a lot of time. He does have the highest win rate, but the wins have to bring trophies. What are you speaking about there? Guys, there's an uncomfortable truth that I don't think some of you realize. Arteta has the highest win rate of any manager in Arsenal's history. Mad, calm the emotions, just a bit more patient. There's a philosopher called Young Spray. To which based on that comment, to which I would say, patience is a virtue. That's true, but too much patience can hurt you. And there is an uncomfortable truth in that. Listen, there's been times, and there still could be, where Arteta could have, would have, and should have in other contexts be sacked. But who are you going to get? And me, I'm not even on that. We could get better, we could get worse. At some point, you have to try something new, bro. And I'm more thinking about the players. I ain't the manager. I don't know where you go from here if you don't win silverware. I back Arteta and the players. Time's a healer. You're going to have to get up for it and go again. But there has to, like, bottom line, 4 years, 4 different reasons. I'm in bottom line mode. That man, I don't want to hear. You don't know I can sit here and debate. I don't care about contexts and this happened and that happened. What was the goal when the ball was kicked? First ball was kicked this season. Did we reach our objectives? There's 4 opportunities of silverware. By God's grace, we do a double or at least one. Bro, heads have to roll, blood. You got P's. I rate you as the manager as well. This is why I'm harsh on you. Highest win rate, as you just said there. Highest win rate. Back-to-back semi-finals. More points than the Invincibles. I lead. Oh, is he offside? Big save. But you've got all of that. That reflects that we're a competitive team. Man want to win, bro. We've been saving money for time, paying bills for time. Let's buy some shit. One big yard and big cure. My people in whips and chains, so I need whips and chains. Leeds have drew on the first big moment of the game. Tanaka, I believe. Nah, I'm lying. It's Aronson. It's a big save by Sanchez. Raise it. Come on, Leeds. Come on, Leeds. We're Northerners. Fuck these Southerners, man. Fuck these Southerners. Chapel Town, make noise. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got this. We got this. But that's, bro, scheme, I'll be real. That's why I'm harsh on Arteta. I'm not saying you, but I feel a lot of people, when they talk about Arteta, you don't rate him. Or you don't rate him as much as I do. Because I've said all the stuff I was just waffling about. And also, I don't think he's... Oh, wait, cut the chat. Go on, Leeds. Go on, Leeds. Challenge that. Obviously, like, best managers in the world at this moment. I don't think he's up there with a Hansi Flick. More so, Luis Enrique, Pep Guardiola. I think you show me that you can get the better of not Hansi Flick, but you show me you can beat some of the other top managers. Company, Pep, this one, that one. You get it. Like 90 minutes, you show me tactically you can do a thing. We're not getting embarrassed in Europe anymore. You're actually a decent manager. I think you're going to win stuff in your career, bro. You've been a manager for 6-7 years. You're going to win stuff. Me, I only care if you do it at Arsenal. I think there's sections of our fan base that are committed to hating the guy and loving the guy. Oh, he should be at Betis and things like that. No. Arteta, what you showed me at Arsenal is you show me you can do the Eddie Howe at Newcastle thing. You can do the Brentford and Brighton thing. Now it's about getting over the line. I could sit here and waffle about so many things I admire about you, but are you a winner? We're a competitive team. I'm happy for that, but man want to win. We can't keep doing all of this time thing. This is what I mean. Like, so if I'm saying all of that, and I look at our team and how we've got close, but so far, and we're near enough near it, then I think it's a fair question to say, yo, why are you not whatever reason, why have we not got over the line? And although I can consider, like, if he leaves, there is that conversation. Who are you going to get? I can't answer that. I don't think that should be an excuse. We could get better. We could get worse. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. But at some point, you have to try something new. And then obviously, there isn't really, like, when Arteta, you could say Maresca as well, but when Arteta was under Pep, people were saying he could be a good coach, but there was no evidence. When Arsenal, we got to remember, Wenger left. When Wenger left, we tried to get Arteta. So we had no CV, nobody, us lot, we didn't know what he done. He could be a fraud for we know at that point. He could be what he's done. We don't know any of that. You tried, after a legendary figure in Arsene Wenger, you tried to give him the job. So you've clearly been proactive to identify certain things, right? Why can't you do that again? And you're on 15 mil a year. Like, I'm not saying it's as easy as this, but he's on 15 mil a year. So that's competitive wages. We've been up there in Europe, obviously not part of the elite, but we've been sniffing around. Of course, there's a couple of players that need to be moved on. There's a couple of other things we need to do. You know, managers, the players that are the first names on the team sheet with Mikel Arteta, next man comes in, they might not be. You have to use all of that. But they might be thinking, Arsenal, big club, one of the big, one of the third biggest team, the third biggest team in England, 15 mil a year. You might look at this 11 or this squad and say, you know what, I'm not having him, but I'm having 16 of these players. I'm not having the other 20. I'm not having the other 10. Do 1-2 things, review and see where Arteta's gone left. I might be able to get over the line because that might be the reality. You know, that might be the reality. Wenger obviously paid off the Emirates. Now we're seeing Haaland pop in. We've got money to buy Declan Rice, big contracts. So Wenger's come in and paid, you know, built the house. Arteta's tidied it up a bit. Maybe the next man has to change, has to do something. Because I've never doubted that the players are with the gaffer and all of this, but at some point there might need to be a new voice. Bro, it's been 4 years. And I don't care what people say about the whole money. He has spent money. I'm defo vexed about what he's done in attack. The money we have spent is dwarfed by a lot of clubs in the last decade. That's of no relevance to me. That's just shooting down a narrative, innit? But you have spent peas, bro. And you see, once the rebuild thing is done and we're now getting in, trying to aspire from being a competitive side to a great side, I have to be harsher. I'm not interested in what we're good at. The evident areas in the last 3 to 4 years that are not on par to the level we need, I'm more interested in seeing that. Because when you want to go from being a competitive team to a winning team, you need you need questions to these answers. Who is getting the goals? We score goals. Last 3-4 years, we've scored goals, 100 odd for a team that's all boring and that. You know, we've scored goals, bro. But the last 3 years, I've said on this channel, we know we're going to score goals, but we don't know who. It doesn't shock you if Martinelli and Trossard have poor seasons or goal-scoring seasons. Saka's been the only consistency, and obviously he's been injured. You've had peas, bro. You spent 100 odd million on Madueke and Noni and Kai, which for someone that's come through La Masia, been at City, played with a lot of a number of Arsenal players, actually played in this league as well. I struggle to understand what we're doing. It's a fallacy, bro. Because you can't put someone on the big boy table and say he's one of the best managers, he's this, that, and the other, and not ask questions to deliver. Like, I'm not saying he's better, but if Alex Ferguson does not win stuff, you're going to ask questions. Pep Guardiola the same. In the current game, the companies, the Luis Enrique's, the Peps, that has to be extended to Arteta. You can't gas up the guy, gas up this team, and we don't win stuff. And this is all from a position of love. I'm not here for the agendas. And at some point, we have to get to bottom line. Whatever reason, we're here. As I said, I think people are dishonest about the money that's been spent. But then I also bring that back in. The money we do spend, if we've got less, everything needs to make sense. There's too much expensive gambles, bro. There's too many players that are still in our Arteta system, or what I see, whether I rate them or not, are still too important to what we're trying to do. We've built the attack on the sand, if I'm honest. Garnacho could be in here. So that's what I would say, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. But there is that uncomfortable truth. Who are you going to get? But it's a fallacy. You've been in the same way. We didn't get here overnight with the defensive ethos, with the defenders that we've got, with the level of defenders we've got. Negatively, we didn't get where we needed to. Because I don't think certain players are profiled. I don't want to hear if you rate Gyökeres or not. Because at some point, we all know nobody comes into this club if if Arteta doesn't say yes. There's been times where he's been off a strike, he's not gone for no one. So you thought there was something with Gyökeres. The Gyökereses, the Martinellis, the Maduekes, condition it so we're playing direct. Make it down. Get the limitations out. Oh, João Pedro's clipped the post. I haven't seen any different relationships, anything new. Obviously, Timber, White, Odegaard, Bakayo, Kai Havertz. That's like our right-hand side of the pitch. Obviously, they've been injured. Things have happened, but we've not had any other plans for that. It's Rice or Zubimendi in midfield or die. And whether it's rotating the squad, managing the squad, you know, tactically on the field to win games or and whatnot and evolve. I haven't learned nothing new. Whatever way we look at it, we've come into April, which statistically is a horrible month for us. And in terms of injuries, we've got more players, which we've been dealing with injuries since August. I'll even give you the tax of a couple of players came into this season with injuries. We're still in the same dynamics. So something needs to change, bro. And like I said, I hate all this. He's been here 6-7 years because the rebuild is done. Like, you got us back in there. In the last 3 years, yeah, as I said, I'm giving you that tax. I'm even going to give you the tax of 2022-23. I do think certain other teams in certain other conditions would have got the job done, but I'll even give you that. We didn't expect it. Probably weren't ready. I'll even give you that. The following year, we had a good run until the end, but we still didn't get it done. We proved that it weren't just a fluke Arsenal fighting for a title. Then last year was a shit show by everybody. I actually feel sorry for the players. This year, Chelsea have taken the lead. This year it's just gone left, innit? So make sure you win. Enzo Fernandez has bagged. Chelsea have drawn first blood. And to be fair, they deserved it, if I'm completely honest with you. They've been asking the most questions. Tanaka, had you have done better with that free kick? Who knows? Come on, Leeds. 0-0, boys. Chelsea, unfortunately, have drawn first blood. And it's looking like a City-Chelsea FA Cup semi-final right now. There's a long way to go. But yeah, man. There is that uncomfortable truth in that there is validity to those claims. And this is where you have to have a grown conversation in that whether I rate Arteta or not, who are you going to get? But at the same time, I don't like that as an excuse, bro. Like, at some point, you have to try something. What if he says, you know, I'm effing off? There's always got to be succession planning. Like, I don't know who City are going to get, but they've had to have known for the last few years, Pep's not going to be here forever. Man, have to try something new. When Sir Alex Ferguson left, it didn't surprise anyone that David Moyes got the job because that was something everybody was saying. To the point where I don't even know if these guys work, but, you know, I'll be honest. If somebody said today you could have Luis Enrique, Gaffer has been real, because for me, that's a sure bet. Gaffer has been real easy margins above you. I know we're not going to get company, but a company, a Jabi Alonso, I just want to see something new. So I'll tell you, if I don't see something new, you know how it goes, man. Sorry, people, just making a timestamp. Again, Chelsea have drawn first blood. Without Roman, Chelsea have 7 trophies in their entire history with 11 titles. They are the Lance Armstrong of football. If you know, you know. That's horrible. Missed so many streams. DG was really upset with Arsenal. I was, bro, because I don't think we're perfect. I think we had a good chance this year. I'll always criticize you where I think the criticisms is fair. I'll always praise you where I think it's fair. I don't think there's a mentality issue. I think there's a new mentality issue, but it's not like what it used to be. Arsenal are soft, we're crumbling. There's an inability to get over the line. Maybe, and on one hand, I do think I struggle to understand because, Mikel, you've worked with Pep. You've also got lived experiences both on the pitch to see how much it takes to win games and the importance of whatever you're aspiring to win games. Also, you've got enough lived experiences in the previous 3 years to apply this year, especially in the first half of the season. You've got all of that. And you've worked with Pep. You know how it is in the crunch time of things. Like, I've backed you lot, but you lot have been pissing me off. And again, for me, with my team, there's an element of you need to now start getting on the right side of fine margins. PSG 2 legs weren't on the right side of fine margins. 3 times against Manchester City weren't on the right side of fine margins, especially in the game at the Emirates where we was in a much better moment, weren't on the right side of fine margins. But I'll even give you that excuse. The last 3 games, and I say last 3, it ain't really the last 3, yeah, where I've needed you lot is sink or swim, and for whatever reason, you've never done it, because this is, again, competitive team, getting over the line. You've got to the border to get there. You're not able to cross the border, in it, if I'm honest. Manchester City in a final. Credit to City. Everybody internally at Arsenal shat the bed. That's one. The Bournemouth result, I won't, even if you win the league, I'll obviously shut up, but I won't forgive that. I won't forgive the, sorry, not the result, the performance. I can't accept it. And again, I do. The City game, the last one in the league, it's a weird one for me. It's a weird one because all of the things I feel Arteta has to be forced to do things, man. Like, I feel you have to be forced to explore different relationships, whether it was 1 point Kai Havertz or Gyökeres, Miles Lewis-Skelly getting minutes in midfield against Newcastle. Going back to the City game, the first half where, you know, we're having the mentality we need. Like, obviously, football's a trade-off. Like, We're going man for man. We're pressing high. We all saw what Magalhaes was doing. We know there's a chance Haaland could spring this and score, but we might be able to get a goal or two and we might leave ourselves susceptible. These are the sort of things. I know Eze let himself down defensively, but him off the left, you know he might go to sleep, but you're letting your nuts hang. You're letting your attackers kind of do their thing. These are the things that have come too little too late for me. But yeah, the performance was better. But again, sink or swim. Didn't do it in the League Cup final. Didn't do it against Manchester City. Bournemouth as well, where we've needed to react. I do think a lot of this is coming too little too late. But fingers, toes, everything crossed. And I'm actually quite, within the context of how we've been playing, I'm actually quite happy. I'm not happy historically, but I'm happy with what we did against Newcastle. Of course, there was a lot that, it was as much as I've been criticizing Arteta's attacking tactics, for me, yesterday was more players are just making the wrong decisions, whether it's because of ability, a lack of IQ, whatever. Several players in the final third are getting a lack of ability. There was a couple of moments that we should have taken, that Newcastle should have taken, but I do think you definitely look the most compact and assured of yourself defensively, game management, in terms of attacking play, just getting in the final third. All of that was there. Most importantly, you got the 3 points. I don't think this is coming down to goal difference, but the goal difference yesterday was positive, in it. So I cut you that. So yeah. How do you prove they down tools? They'll use that money to sue. Sometimes I think you can look at players, yeah, but I don't think anyone at Arsenal has. My only issue is, can we have the Arteta out debate once the season is over at least? Some man don't realise the self-sabotage we're doing is leaking onto the pitch. I can't lie, the players do I hear you, but the players do a lot of talking about we don't listen to the outside noise. And football fans are fickle. We're all fickle. You know, Arteta out, this player's shit, this player's that. Next week, if you lot bad up Atletico and you win every game in what's left of our season, everybody loves you. I don't see why we can't have this conversation, because we're not affecting nothing. I understand the premise, but yeah, I'm not saying you, but I just feel when everything's great at this football club, nobody, and I'm speaking just to Arsenal fans, nobody tells you to calm it down. So when it's negative, and again, provided we're able to have a discussion, I'm not here to F Arteta, this, he's that, and the rest of it, but you're fighting against it. And at the end of the day, Gaffer, you came into the season telling me the last 3 years we want to get over the line. I need to earn a new contract. The boys and the players. Even when I look beyond it, all right, I'm not going to do the blame thing. We're not going to do the micromanaging thing. What was the goals at the start of the season? What are we on course to do now? That's all I want to know. At one point, there was no shots on target. We're 9 points clear, possibly even 12. Potentially. Why is it out in our hands, but out of our hands, depending on who you speak to? I don't want explanations. I want results. I think that's where we're at now. Garnacho, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez. Ooh, that could have been a promising passage of play. 15 minutes left. I can't lie, Leeds. Oh, you know what? Leeds need to wake up, because João Pedro has been getting on some half chances. He hit the post. It's a terrible effort from him now, but he's one of the one Chelsea players that have, they look really up for it. I'm not going to lie, Leeds look a bit nervous, man. Struggling to hold on to the ball. Pardon me. Currently on the beach in Albania, 32 degrees, sending love to DG Nation. Gent next door, big up yourself. Man said Albania, stay safe, stay safe. Meet the plug, but stay safe. Chair speaks facts. I hear it, man. Arsenal W is playing in about 70 minutes against Lyon. All right, come on, ladies. Bring the champs home. Bring the Champions League home. I'm accepting that Arteta is just a nearly man, or he's too stubborn for his own good. I don't even mind the stubbornness, because life is hypocritical. As a manager, you do have to find that balance of being stubborn, but also being the opposite of stubborn. My thing is, you're an intelligent man. You can see what works and see what doesn't work. You've shown me attacking football, right? I think it's a case of you don't want to do what we want to see. So make sure it works. Your stubbornness has to result in things. And that's what I mean as well with the Gaffer. This ain't me trying to be positive or negative. Maybe you're just an idiot, man. Sometimes football is about stories. To win stuff, look, Spurs, Kane, when Kane was at Spurs, or his thingy, nobody deserved to do this at Spurs more than Harry Kane. The minute he leaves, Spurs win, and he does what he's doing. Sometimes you need to divorce. Because Arteta, when I isolate Arsenal, you're on your own coaching journey, and naturally, you're going to want to, anybody is going to want to aspire to be the best in it. It doesn't matter if you're a Sunday League right winger or you're a Premier League right winger. You're going to look at the Yao Maos and Elise's and Sakas and people of that ilk to model your game, or Salah, and try and learn things from. Arteta should be doing that around Pep. And I don't think you've evolved as a coach. I think you're a good coach with the capacity to be a great coach. And I do think as a football club, for really since we've been at the Emirates, as a football club, players, Mikel Arteta, we've got this insane ability to shoot ourselves in the foot and a lot of the time be our best friends but our own worst enemies. But back to that, you've not evolved. You're nowhere near Pep or Luis Enrique. I'm not even criticizing you for that. It's just I've seen Luis Enrique. He does what you do on steroids. He's managed to find that balance of I'm micromanaging. I need these guys to stand here and do all of that. But the individuals are shining. You'll see there's an element of just, bro, you man are good footballers. Go play. Because you see their front three track back. Their midfield is solid. But you see their midfield, they're all rotating positions. The wingers are swapping and obviously doing their thing in attack. Sometimes you obviously you see what Nuno Mendes and Hakimi do, but sometimes they're even on the same side. So he's found that. Obviously, I'm looking at Pep now, and it's not the greatest City side I've seen. But like, it'd be fair to say, away from ability, on paper, Haaland is not a Pep Guardiola striker. He's found a way to make it work. Doku is not a Pep Guardiola winger, and he's got his own problems. He's found a way to make it work. Who else is there? Donnarumma is not really good with his feet. He's found a way to make it work. Ryan Cherky isn't exactly a Pep Guardiola player, but he's found a way to make these things work and evolve. This is what the gaffer ain't done. And also with Mikel Arteta, you've shown this to me before because you was fond of Tierney, fond of Ramsdale, couple of other players, but we needed to be cruel to be kind and get to the next level. You're going to live or die by certain loyalties in the squad, with whether they're good or not, with Odegaard, with Kai Havertz, with Marino, especially when I throw in Berta. And, you know, we've spent a lot last summer. We're probably going to spend a lot this summer. We've put a lot of players on big wages. We've got a lot of players on big wages. So there's a lot to consider. And especially for Arteta, from where I believe you could go one day, you're going to have to manage Mavericks, bro. So you're going to need to learn that. So yeah, man. And I don't want this to be in vain. There's no point Arteta learning everything he needs to learn. Arsenal don't win stuff. He you know, we pat him on the back and say, great job. He goes elsewhere. Oh, this never worked at Arsenal. That never worked at Arsenal. This did. Let me learn from my past. And then obviously you benefit. How did we even get on this, people? Big up yourselves nonetheless, because you lot have just given me a clip to clip up. And that can serve the YouTube throughout the week, mate. So, yeah, big up you lot on that one. It's still 1-0 to Chelsea. Pedro Neto, I genuinely think we're going to buy him. If not this summer, next summer. And that's one thing about me. Yeah, it's annoying. We're buying Premier League players and they're meaty, bro. Stop the... I'm being very harsh, but end of the day, you bought Kepa, he fucked up in the final. Kai Havertz, decent squad player. I've got a lot of time for him and admiration, but fucked up. Noni Madueke is Noni. Chelsea gave the ball away very cheaply. Leeds have to do a lot better. Leeds getting a bit of stage fright, man, if I'm honest. I'd more back Chelsea to get a second. So, yeah, man. What else are you not saying? DG, who's a better coach, Arteta or Maresca? Arteta. Don't take the piss. I don't blame the fans too much, even though I get mad sometimes. They just believe in too many of these rage bait pundits who are on this agenda thing. Eze speaking about the UCL and Prem in how long. Arteta saying in 100 years the club haven't been in this position. What the hell are they on? They're considering 100 years and not the past 4. I think you're being a bit harsh. I actually love the way Eze speaks. I don't. It's funny how he kind of criticized Sky Sports, and I'm not seeing them clip it up on their website where he's saying that you lot just talk too much. We're just trying to get on with our thing. I like his whole language around when. And again, there's a couple man, whether I rate them or not, there's a couple man in our team that have that sort of attitude and mentality that I want. We've got like Gabriel Magalhaes, Hincapié, you man are shithousery, Warriors, Saliba, you're with it. Ben White, you're with it. Timber, you're with it. Max Dowman, you're with it. Bakayo, you're with it. Rice, you're too much of everybody trying to be everyone's friend, but you're kind of with it. For all of Gyökeres's lack of ability, you've done your job and got 12 goals, but I don't think I've ever seen you in the crunch time move shook. I can criticize your ability, like what you're doing on the pitch, but move shook. But I should be saying this with everyone. There's too many guys in our team. When things are going well, they do things you didn't even know they had in their locker. And when things go wrong, they can't do the basics. And unfortunately in life, that's going to happen. Garnacho could be in here. Garnacho swings his right peg. And do you know what? I don't know if he tried to go for goal or cross it. That's probably where you need a striker just to run towards the back post and they've got a tap in and it's 2-0 to Chelsea. Slap the likes if you haven't. Garnacho shit, bro. So I can't call him shit because at the end of the day, I'd love to have his ability. I'd be a professional footballer, but isolated to the realms of comparing you to your fellow professional, you're rubbish, bro. I can't believe you're actually here playing for Chelsea in the semi-final. Like, you're actually mad rubbish. When I see players perform like this, look at him falling on the floor. Look at him giving the ball away. When I see things like this, it makes me think there's got to be a kid in the academy better than none SLD, mate. Any other job you down tools, you get sacked. Only footballers get their way. Who's taking the jam out of your donut? I'm flying in from Barbados today because I know there's going to be a parade. Big up the Bayesian safe flight. I hope there's a parade, but I'm actually cool. It's above me now, isn't it? For me, I'm only interested in domestically, can you win those next 4 games? Bring that to me. And I'll even give you like excuses. You lot have just seen me go on a rant, criticize like, you know, the attacking play, our ability to shoot ourselves in the foot. I've been telling you lot, I think we've dropped off a cliff defensively. And I think a lot in the last turn, I've been saying that since City at the Emirates, but in the last kind of period of games, I do think it's nerves and clusterness because man are not following runners and all of those things. I can criticize the gaffers' attacking tactics, this player, that player, perfect performance, everything I've been saying this season and last season. Me, it's not that I don't care. I'll discount it. Just win. If you play 20 million out of 10, we score 1 million goals, all that kind of stuff. Great. If it's sluggy, nervous, you get the 1-0 jammy header. Just win them 4 games. Everybody pray City drop points. There's a parade there, innit? Obviously, the 2 are linked, but I've been saying, Cucurella got nutmegged by Bogle. For me, the players have to go win the Champions League. Arteta has to win the Prem. Because I do think we're at that stage. There is an element of individual brilliance required. Especially in the chance wait, as the ref's giving a corner, right? Bogle's done well. See, Leeds need a bit of that. What's happened here? It's got to be a corner. It is a corner. Come on, Leeds. I believe we'll get there. I wanted Arteta to do it with all his flaws, though. I want Arteta, bro. I want it to work. I want it to work for everybody. But if we don't, at some point, you can't keep blaming players and blaming this and blaming that. Like, you've had 3 bites of it. We had a good summer. We've established ourselves as being one of the better teams in the Premier League and like the best of the rest in Europe. This was the year. And unfortunately, it'll be another. You have to give credit to anyone, but before you'd applaud City and talk about how they rebuilt and their romance for this season, it'd be another year. We would only have ourselves to blame. We've not learned from the past. Series of bad decision making in assembling this attack leads us when we're in them must-win games. Like, look at what's going on, bro. Like the attacking unit is where I'm least confident. Like, I'm no idiot. You can't get rid of 10 and bring in 10, but there's only probably about 2 men that I actually rate in our attack. Like 2 men that I actually rate. Like, I actually think you 2 are bad, but 3 in fact. 2.5, but I'll get into it. There's probably 2.5, 3 that I rate. There's a couple that I don't rate to that level, but I think we can maneuver. So that would mean, for me, be Gyökeres. All right, Gyökeres, you're ugly. Game state, you can get goals. You're on that. There's an angle there. Marino, throughout a season, we can utilize you through the middle. Kai, the same, even though I'd move, like, I wouldn't, you know what? I would move Kai on next summer, 2027. I only rate Bakayo and Max Dowman. And if you're throwing in the Odegaards and Eze's, I do rate Odegaard, but Odegaard's another one, too hot and cold. If you're considering everyone who plays like from Odegaard's position to the front 3, yeah, then it really is just Eze, Max Dowman, and Saka for me. I understand why Noni was brought in. He's fulfilling his duty, but come on, fam. Obviously, I know Noni's trying. I know the gaffer's trying, but you could already see Noni's thing is coaching, bro. You've got the ability. You just don't have the decision-making. And if you ain't got the decision-making at 24, being an England international, X amount of times for one of the biggest clubs in Holland in PSV, obviously you've been at Chelsea, you're not going to be like that. You're either going to go up the gears and I would actually say people like Noni, different abilities, but people like Noni Madueke, people like Martinelli, people like Garnacho, people like there's bare of them in the league, man. Doku, Silvino. This is you lot are going to play like this year in, year out for the rest of your footballing life or career, or the penny's going to drop. And I'm done with the hopeful thing for certain, man. No negatives, no positives. I just accept you for what you are. Couple of you, man, are squad players that were asking you to be regulars. And I know when there's injuries, these things kind of happen. Noni needs to be a squad player, bro. Like, man can't be relying on that. Wenger, call your boy, because Max Dowman can get minutes. 1 year he could have, like, he didn't even have to, you could even still started Noni, but 1 year he could have done that right wing thing, man. And again, I told you, since we've established ourselves in the last 2-3 years as we're trying to fight titles, I have to be harsh. If we're just trying to compete, Noni, them man are calm, fair weather players. There's too many players. If you can just do this, if you can do that. We need to start. I wholeheartedly trust our defense. I trust our midfield. It's more running man into the ground and it's more form and Arteta finding the piece. I don't trust the attack. I don't trust Arteta's tactics right now, and I don't trust the consistency levels. We need a couple, man, that it don't matter what game state, how the opposition's playing, how Arteta wants to play, they can do that. You need to find the Manes at Southampton, the Salahs in Italy, them kind of players, bro. Cherky was there as well. I know it's not as white and black as this, but Cherky was there for 30 million, bro. We're the team that we used to do this thing in France. We all saw Sammy and Nasri. This is what I'm saying. I'll tell you, Wenger, call your boy, bro. Find ballers, play the man them, bring the geezers, stop buying foolishness, promote Haaland. We're doing the football thing. The system and all of that's here. It's now time to play football. We've got the collective thing. It's now time to make the individual shine. That's the 10% above everything, fine margins, all the stuff we talk. That's what we're missing. That's how you go from being a competitive team, which we've done, to being a great team. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Smash the like button. Getting cramps, people, but we're still here. And as much as I love to watch Arsenal Football Club with you guys, I just find the neutral streams are way more chilled out. But yeah, that's what I would say, man. That's what I would say in relation to us, people. 43 minutes on the clock. Chelsea are leading. They're probably the more likely to get another one, if I'm brutally honest with you guys. So yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, I'm not happy to be here no more, bro. I'm not happy to be here no more. Because if I'm being very harsh on Arteta, and I'd like to think I've been more than fair. This ain't been rage bait. Pardon me. What have you done that I ain't seen? All right. More points than Invincibles, highest win percentage. Back-to-back semi-finals in 140 years, all these things, but like, bro, are we happy with that? Because I know the players ain't that. The manager and the players, they will trade all of that for some silverware. So that tells me that it's relevant. And again, that reflects that we're a competitive team and we're a good team. Now it's about being a great team. Because what have you done? Man's seen us win FA Cups. I've seen us win a Prem. What have you put in legacy, like in history? You know, you've won 3 trophies for us, shameless, 2 English Super Cups. You've won the FA Cup. That's history. No one can take that away from you. At the moment, you know, Emre, it was shit. You came in. We ended the season on a high. That's history. That's history. And all the players that were involved, that's history. That's what I'm interested in. What have you done? Because I know it's not as white and black as this, but by the logic of everybody, we've been in the trophy hunt. We've been in the Premier League fight for 4 years, right? Could we have won 1 of the 4? Could we have won 2 of the 4? Could we have won 3 of the 4? Could we have potentially retained it? Could we have done better in the Champions League? Because again, we're talking about fine margins in the PSG game, right? The year before that, where we competed against Bayern. But you could see we needed better players, better attackers, players with X factor. You all saw the Athletic come out with that. Did we adhere to these things? Did we learn? No, we didn't. Could we have won more domestic trophies? 100%. But this is all ideal scenario. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. The past is done. The past brings regrets. The future brings uncertainty. There's no time like the present. And that's what pains me the most, because I like the gaffer. I like these players. You lot, probably the best period we've been in collectively in the Emirates. But we've never grabbed anything that's fallen on our lap in the present moment. We ain't taken it and ran with it. We've half-stepped. I know you lot want to win, but boy, the way I'm seeing it is that you lot would like to win. You want to win. You're not dying to win. You're not dying to win. Because I know what that looks like. I've seen Arsenal do that. I've seen Chelsea do that. I've seen United do it. I've seen Barcelona do it. I've even seen, you know, them years when you see Leicester do this thing, or you see Atletico Madrid do this thing, or I'm sure I must have seen like Napoli win the Scudetto twice now. I've seen that. And this is all from a place of love. Leeds United, this is lovely play. Ref, wait! Yeah, you got to book him. You got to book him, and you kick the ball. How's Caicedo getting away with that, ref? You can't let him do that. Can't let him do that. What do you say under his tongue, ref? 4 minutes of added on time. Chelsea 1, Leeds 0. Unfortunately, folks. Unfortunately. That's what we're saying. Of course they can feel the nerves, but I'm not being funny. There's going to be nerves, bro. Obviously, I see that with any team in France. Them fans, they move mad. Obviously, we're not Real Madrid, but Real Madrid is probably nervous. It's a privilege. You're going to have to be like that. Of course, you're going to be nervy. In the same way, if you won all the games up until that Bournemouth game, it wouldn't have been there. Obviously, Schema knows this. It wouldn't have been there. Or, in another reality, the exact same results happen after the international break. So we lose the League Cup final, we lose to Southampton, we lose to City, but the performance, we can only be as confident or as nervous as whatever. The fans have done their part, bro. I know there's extremes on both sides, but even the extremes of both sides, us fans here that we might differ on stuff, but we're quite balanced. When we're done nitpicking, we've all believed we've got a chance to get something done, and we've been behind you lot. We've been vexed when we've needed to be vexed. We've praised you when you need to be praised. It's the players' time now. If you lot want it, you'll do it. Because I don't want you lot to look back with regrets. That was my scheme. You was here. I said this in August. My thing is no regrets. That's just my thing in life. If we lose a League Cup final, we lose a game, we lose the league title, then we go back to the drawing board. If I know that you lot couldn't give anything more, which is why I've probably got a lot of time for Kai Havertz, really, that 2023-24 season towards the end. And actually, last season, unpopular opinion, I know the players are the ones on the pitch. No one can criticize them players. They were let down by those above. Because again, and timing's a wonderful thing. Who knows, yeah? But one does wonder. If we had the summer we had this year, like 8 players last year, what would we have done? There's too many regrets. And this is from a place of love. This is just my feeling with Arsenal. I very rarely feel we leave it all out there, if that makes sense. Like when we lose and that, I very rarely feel we've left it all out there. Like there's nothing more to give. That's the only thing I can ask for. Unfortunately, I know all us football fans, we wish we could win every game, never lose a game. It's all amazing. But unfortunately, you have losing and drawing comes with it, but it's how you do it. Boy, Leeds I can't lie, Leeds, man. You've not risen to the occasion. Well, to be fair, Chelsea might as well give my man the job in it because Chelsea look again. I don't want to do too much on a cup final, but they look more assured of themselves. They look like a competent unit. Leeds are really struggling to progress play from their defense further forward, and there you have it. It's lumped long to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Chelsea have bodies around him, and it's back here of Caicedo that, despite having a million years on the ball, goes home to Sanchez. The only thing right now that could stop Chelsea is either a moments of brilliance from Leeds or a lapse in concentration from Chelsea, because I can't see how Leeds are scoring. Maybe they need to tweak their formation. Even Goodmanson, the left back, I thought he was going to be spending a lot of time in Chelsea's half. Haven't quite seen that. To be fair to Gusto and Pedro Neto, they've done well to receive the ball back. Pedro Neto on this right-hand side looks to take on Tanaka, gets past Tanaka, probably needs to use his right peg. Foul for Leeds. And again, it depends who you ask. Who is Arsenal's best striker? Some people might even do the rogue thing and say Gabriel Jesus. Some will say Marino. Some will say Kai. Some will say Gyökeres. I'll ask you who's the best left winger. A lot of us just say whether Eze is a left winger or not, we'd rather rock with that. But if you're disregarding Eze, is it Martinelli? Is it Trossard? Midfield, who is playing if it's not Rice or Zubi? We're still having several similar bits and pieces of conversation. So I hope it all ends in us winning silverware, but blood, come on. Nah, he's not among the best of all time. In the present day, no one can convince me Arteta is not one of the best managers. And no, it's cool to get him. I'm not saying he is the best. Pep Guardiola, all the man there are up there. If you're just talking winning, he hasn't got a barge pole. But if you're looking at like Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, I would throw Hansi Flick in there because of heritage. Obviously, them two, the first two names are better. Them man are up here. And then you look at the bracket below. So Company, Arteta, this one, that one. I might have missed out some names. I'm not saying he's the best of the rest. I'm not even saying he's better than Company. But I think he's in that bracket. I don't think he would struggle to get a job. I'm not saying he's going to walk into a job, not be sacked if he's done certain things he's doing at Arsenal elsewhere. But no one can convince me if certain jobs become available, he will be on the shortlist. He has been looked at as a blueprint. Tactically and a lot of those things around how Arteta's done, teams are jealous. They're envious of that. But now in terms of taking that and winning, this is your issue. This is your issue. Hit like if you haven't. The only wingers worse than ours is Chelsea. Yeah, guys, show the whole some appreciation. Hit the like button. It's half time, folks. Have I turned off the timer? It is half time. It is half time. I wasn't nervous about anything this season until the lineup for the League Cup final came out. Looking for a shellfish. Enzo Pedro link up is brazy. Sorry, people. I need to, yeah. Parade, worst comes to worst. Carnival's approaching. Come on. Come on. I missed your post-match breakdown, but I'm just happy for the 3 points. Hope the injuries are not serious. I think we all do. Marino was decent until we got injured. I told you we're going to miss him. Purely because, forget tactics. We're in the clutch part of the season. Marino's on that clutch point. I know we always do this as football fans, yeah. The players that are not involved, we always look at them as the messiah. But Marino, that header, at the very least, that header towards the end of the City game, he's back in that. I think everybody focuses on that. Everybody forgets. Do you remember when I think Eze played Odegaard and they slipped it to Kai? And this is what I mean in accepting players for what they are. If I'm still living or dying by if Kai's going to take these chances, or if Gyökeres is going to get in the box or play, or Martinelli and Trossard, which one's going to turn up, then it's a bit of a fantasy. Like, it's a bit of a movie. It'd be heroic in that, but it's Mighty Ducks. It's Coach Carter. You're going to end up short, man. So, yeah, man. Too many inconsistent ballers, fam. And again, you look, no, I'm not that fan that does all this. They get paid X amount. But like in terms of ROI and return on investment, well, these players are not going to hit their KPIs because all of these attacking players, yeah, whatever goals and assist tally they hope to get at the end of the season, they're probably not going to get it in it. But in terms of the return on investment, we've not got much. Because when Kai, we failed upwards. We tried to make him in midfield. It didn't bang. We understand he fits the system. But what does that mean? What does that mean? 65 on Kai, 55 on Nonnies, 50, 60 odd on Gyökeres. You know, Eze's finding his feet, but 60 odd on Eze. You know, Saka's a £100 million player that we got for free. Trossard, one of Arteta's best attacking additions, really. And slightly unpopular opinion, Gyökeres is just because the striker got 12 goals. And I'm talking about the collective, not individuals. For all the fees spent and the wages, and we all know there's some factors around how certain players have ended up. There's no bang for our buck. No matter how we shape it, football's a simple game, you know. You got to keep balls out the back of your net. You got to put balls in your opponents. And I have faith in us keeping clean sheets. I have faith in my midfield. I don't have faith in my attack. It's not being harsh. It's constructive criticism. People need to get out their feelings. Nonny's that, but the saddest thing is I've got time for Nonny because he's mandem. He's clearly got a good attitude. I don't like how when he signed for us, like the I don't know the word in it, but I didn't like the sentiment around him. Like, I can't tell anyone how to support their team in it, but you're allowed not to rate. You're allowed not to rate him. You're allowed to have your criticisms, but my thing is, I'll always believe in this. Whether I rate a player or not, the moment you sign for my club, I'll support you. Like, you deserve that, and I think he's done well. Like, the best I've seen Nonny play, in my opinion, is Bayern Munich and Club Brugge. To be fair, City at home. But then, like, we've not seen anything more. He's not developed. And I knew this would happen. Like, Nonny's been playing how I expected. You take your man on, give a good go of yourself. But in terms of the output, it's been what I've expected. I only want players, in terms of potential, I want wavy potential. I want Krupp T and these kind of play, Krupp T and Ryan, and you're good, but you could be great. I don't want these guys like these unpolished but fairly polished. And what I mean by fairly polished is you're not a kid. 10 get 5 and form can fluctuate, but 5-10 games, it'd be fair to say we know what we're gonna get from our defenders, from Hincapié, Calafiori, Lewis Skelly if he got 10 games, Ben White if he gets 10, Timber if he gets 10, the two centre halves in Saliba and Gabriel, probably Mosquera, David Raya, definitely not Kepa, but David Raya. We know what we're gonna get. Zubimendi and Rice, obviously, they both look shit since the turn of the year, really. Why is that? Because we ran them into the ground, but we know what we're getting. We know what Eze and Odegaard on their day can do. In our attack, currently, you don't know what you're getting from Saka, you don't know what you're getting from Odegaard. You kind of know what you're getting from Gyökeres. It's not nice to watch, but you get where I'm going. Trossard and Martinelli, I don't know. The only surprise I've learned this season is Max Dowman getting himself in, but before that, the first half of the year, Trossard was playing out of his skin, and indirectly, Martinelli as a super sub. That's what I mean about accepting man for what they are. Martinelli's thing, Madueke's thing, 1 start in 10 games, cup games in the early stages of the season. As there's injuries, you man will mix and blend. More time, your super subs, impactors. Man can't be, and this is why I don't get vexed. Because I struggle to understand a man that worked with numerous a bad boy player at City, but credited with working with Sane and Sterling, especially Sterling, because he's a Premier League legend. He's a bad boy, but he's an evident limited player. What did City used to say, bro? Running behind, Kevin De Bruyne, get it to him, running behind, final action. That's kind of what I want to see. And to be fair, I do think in the first half, I saw that yesterday against Newcastle. This is what I mean about accepting players what they are. We're asking a monkey to swim, a fish to climb a tree. It's a fallacy, really. When you remove your emotion and you look at it logically, it's not sustainable for them. And maybe, you know what they say in life? Nothing changes in the game but the players. The players have changed, but these are conversations, breaking down low blocks, attacking, profiling players, different variety, the spice of life. These are things we've been talking about for a year, at least. I'll even be nice, at least a year. I would say 3 years. Because the maddest thing is, yeah, if Gabriel Jesus could even get to 60%, 50% of what he was in 2022-23, or even at most, before his last ACL injury, when he kind of come back against Crystal Palace and then went down against United, he's our starting guy. I even thought Gabriel Jesus would get a run left wing, but I can't lie, Jesus is probably the one Arteta trusts the least, if I'm honest. The attacker I rate the least is Noni. But the one that frustrates me the most, which is why I have you bottom, is Martinelli. I don't want to hear he can be a striker and he can do all of that. And that's why it's another thing as well, because I genuinely do believe expectations adjusted. But I need to go and get the juice, man. I genuinely do believe people, Noni, Gyökeres, Martinelli, if they're in different, like if Martinelli was under Klopp, if Noni was at a next team, if Gyökeres was at a next team, I'm not saying they'd be well beaters, but the conditions would be more set for them in it. So yeah, Noni, like, I think Jack is right. Like Noni done his thing, but that's about it, cuz. Like, that's about it. We got what we got. I can't be surprised. Obviously, he was hoping on a managerial masterclass. Like, if Noni can, you don't know how I am, especially because we're trying to win trophies. I don't want to do this if stuff. That needs to be for Max Dowman, for Wanyeri, for Miles Lewis-Skelly. If you're 23, like Wenger says, when you're 23, this is when you're meant to come into it. If you're 23 years of age, I'm not trying to hear certain things. Keep smashing the likes. I actually rate Noni, but I hear it, DG. He's not like the full end product type player we need. Not yet, at least. Maybe he'll develop still. But this is the thing, he might. But if we're trying to win league titles, we can't do the maybe thing, bro. At this moment in time, City have just bought a player in Semenyo in the last 2 years. What's he done? Haaland got 20 goals. Man, we're saying he's out of form. He's got his act together. Turkey, I think, fluctuated this season, but you know what he's bringing to the table statistically. Whenever we, like, come on. To the point, I have mad thoughts. Like, this is, obviously, I'm being a bit silly, but can't bring back Aubameyang. But that's the thing. You need that. I genuinely think that's what Arteta needs, you know. You just need, like, in an ideal world, you would have a Haaland-y kind of player that's just going to get goals. You would have a Salah Mane on either side, and you would have like a Firmino facilitative figure. But that's ideal world. Actually, if the world was ideal, I've got prime Mariah Carey, prime Nia Long. You actually throw a little shawty in there, variety, spice of life. But unfortunately, we wake up now, and I'm hearing it. How we rating Berta's first year? 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10. Hindsight's 2020. Arteta, you wanted Noni. The Athletic said when Edu and them man were here, Arteta wanted him. There was reservations from people. But like, we even saw that, to be fair to Arteta, there was reservations about Marino and Calafiori. So big you up for that. You wanted Noni, you got Noni. Between Sesko or Gyökeres, we managed to bring in a striker. You brought in Eze, cool. Zubamendi, we wanted him like a number of clubs for a couple of years, cool. You brought in. Not only did you do that, in fact, let me give it an 8, 7, 8. Because in terms of incomings, you did what you needed to do. You've also given people new contracts as well. We've come into the season, whether they stay at the club or not, there's no nonsense around Magalhaes, Saliba, Bukayo, Wanyeri, Bukayo Saka. Their contracts is sorted in it, so there's a position of strength. You've done Mascara. Obviously, was trying to get Gurhey and Dean Howson. You managed to pivot away, save us a couple of bucks, and bring in a player with a lot of potential. So big you up. Where I discount it a bit, you and Arteta need to explain the Norgard thing to me, because in hindsight, that was, you know what, we've planned our business. We probably thought we could agree on an agreement with Part A. Let's just do that, innit? Also, there wasn't a left winger that was brought in. I think it goes without saying that was a big miss. And obviously outgoings, innit? Now, considering he came in March, obviously, of last year, and patterned up, I'll give you that. But one thing you're known for doing is patterning wages. When signings don't work, moving them on, and obviously bringing money into the club. So we need to bring in some money, which cues the rumors of the Wanieris and the Miles Lewis Kellys, but also the wage structure, because we've given new deals out. You brought in players on big money. No doubt there'll be some new contracts. You'd imagine Raya and Timber are probably in line. You know, you look at Odegaard on and off the field for what he means for Mikel Arteta with his form and whatnot, and all the good and bad. What's his future going to look like? Are you going to give him new wages? Kai Havertz, another one. Gabriel Jesus and Reece Nelson need to be the first two moved on, you know. And there's obviously pivoting. There's players that we want to sell that we won't be able to sell. Players we want to sell that we do have a market, but then obviously they might not agree a move. They might not necessarily want to go. For whatever reason, you know, there might be an element of we can't let a player go because, like, Trossard and Martinelli, for example, there might be a scenario where you can't let them lot go, even though you want to, because it's moving shaky for a replacement. Because there is that, once again, it's all fun and games saying sell Marino, sell Kai Havertz, sell Benjamin White, sell Jesus, sell Trossard, sell Martinelli. Some will even say, fuck it, sell Gyökeres, sell Noni. It's all fun and games saying sell all these guys. That's like 7, 8, 9 players. Are we going to bring in 7, 8, 9? And then you have to do the whole adapting period. And some of this is natural, bro. Football works in cycles. The squad has been together for anything from 2 to 4 years. There is an element of that. We've kind of seen that. Ramsdale's gone, Tierney's gone, Tommy's gone. Jesus is still here, but he's not a first name team sheet he's not first name on the team sheet. Zinni is no longer the first choice. There is that adaptation that happens. So yeah, man. So yeah. You man need to let go of Arteta, hit the likes. Bert's phone better be hotter than it. Yeah, but bro, Arteta needs to stop getting his way now, man. I'll be real. I'm not trying to hear none of that now, bro. I can't lie to you. I'm not trying to hear no more, like, no more rebos. Everything has to, especially in attack. Defense, Arteta, whatever you want, you know, you can have that. Let me go and get some juice quickly, people. Whatever you want, you can have that, bro. You can have that. Attack, if it's not making sense, you want young players, go get them youths from Brazil and Carrot Skeeler and all of that. I don't want to hear nothing. No more, bro. You know what I'm talking about. If we're buying Premier League players, I need to be hearing Gibbs White, Morgan Rogers, these kind of ones, people. I'll be back in 30 seconds, people. Let me run downstairs and get a soft drink. This kickoff is imminent. Keep your thoughts on that coming.
Against this right back, Charlie, definitely.
Let's sit back down. I'm like you saying, whoa, in this thing. Quick and fast. Smash the like button. Shout out Chelsea doing the huddle. That allowed me to make it back. So yeah, let's sit down. Oh, let's get comfortable. You'll have been in top form as you always are. I love Julian Alvarez, but it's a myth, bro. You've won everything. You don't know, innit? But you've won everything there is to offer in this country. You're in sunny Spain. I just think you go Barcelona. And obviously these clubs have P's, but what would you not say is the priority? Priority would be a left winger for me and another centre mid. But if we just say for gospel, like, don't take it for gospel, sorry, but let's just assume we're going to sign a Nico Williams, a Rafael, maybe a Morgan Rogers, like anything from 50 to 100 million. Bear that in mind. Second half has kicked off. So that's 50 to 100 million on that, yeah? If we really are going to get Tonali, Elliot Anderson, one of these ones, that's about 70 odd million quid. Add that together. Probably going to get another defender. That could be, It could be a free transfer been linked with Minguesa. That could be a 30, 40, maybe 50. You're gonna do that, right? Julian Alvarez is setting you back near enough 100 odd million quid. So is all this piece gonna stretch way before you consider, pardon me, players need to be moved on either to bring fees into this club, or to look after the wage load. And bearing in mind, we already confirmed our first signing of this summer. We already spent 40, 50 odd million quid before a ball's been kicked. Why? Nkapie's deal. So, oh my days. Best shot today. All right, go on, run done. Sorry, I'm even claiming work, so you didn't do that. Statch, brother. He had a very good shot. That's a good effort. Credit to Sanchez. He's probably seen that late. And it's a more difficult save than it looks. He's got a hand on it. To be fair, Sanchez has made two. He's only been called into action a handful of times, but they've been two big chances either half, and he stood up too. And you need your keeper to do that. Come on, Leeds, man. Bro. One of my pet peeves are corners. I used to take corners in Sunday League. I used to get them on the money. Like, come on, bro. Anyone here scored directly from a corner? I have. Bacola is at scrap, but a little better than Martinelli. I'd have it, but he would frustrate us as well. Somebody said Bacola is like, how did they phrase it? They said, I saw it online and I was like, it's bang on the money. Something along the lines of Bacola is the Messi, or it was either Bacola is the Messi or Kylian Mbappe's of Noni Madueke's. I was like, that makes bare sense, fam. It does. So we ain't getting no carrot skeeler. Forget that. You need to buy these, man. When you need to go, you need to get them guys when they're like. I don't know about today's day and age, but you see when Griezmann was at Sociedad, everyone could see that's a baller. You need to go and get these guys. They're not emerging players, but yeah, oh gosh, this is a saucy goal. Chelsea bang that in. What is João Pedro doing? He wanted too long. I was seeing hella flicks. Everyone was waiting for João Pedro to pull the trigger. That corner? And then even that, for argument's sake, if PSG were to say, yeah, we'll sell you carrot skeeler, you're looking at 100+ million. Bad, but you're not going to give him, like, and he would know this as well, you're not going to get PSG wages, but you're going to get that, and you still need to bring in other players. So it's a fallacy, man. How would you feel if we signed Diamande? Which one? The winger? Wouldn't be against it. Nusa wouldn't be against it. Bacola, it sounds terrible, but Bacola is less annoying than Martinelli and Noni, so I'll do that. But you're in scary territory when you're talking that. Noni as a sub/backup is fine, but when Saka is out for an extended amount of time, it's spooky, bro. This is why I'm trying to just see the Max Diamonds, bro. Wanyeri is ahead of Noni in my depth chart. Oh no, man. Mariah Carey, she wouldn't be my top. Oh yeah, Alicia Keys. Oh lord. Nia Long top. Nia Long's top. Nia Long would be top. Nia Long was. You got no business being that fine, and she's still fine. Apparently, she likes younger dudes. So, Nia Long, if you're out there, and if you like the if you like the British accent, where did that drop? If you like the British accent, shout me. Hope I can walk past her one day. Sorry, do you know where the toilet is? Start acting. Chelsea are still leading, unfortunately. English press talk about English managers not getting a chance, then hound out Rezana. If we still had Aubameyang with this squad, we would have won a lot. I feel like Teta wants guys he believes he can improve rather than buying a finished product. Well, then improve them, fam. If that's your thing, improve them then. Improve them, cuz. Make Kai, I don't believe this, but make Kai have what score goals. Make Noni's decision-making much better. Martinelli, the same. Improve them then, cuz. Improve them then. Because you know how much of a genius you would look like. At no point have man gone, oh, why did Chelsea sell Noni? Because Noni's got the ability, but no more saving. Okafor could be in here. Oh, I thought Enzo would have brought him down. He read the challenge well. Caicedo's going to clamp you. He's done well to get the ball in the box, but it's not good enough. Cucurella heads it away. Leeds, that's poor. Leeds, that's poor, bro. In the semi-finals, Bogle, that's for Leeds. You're going to concede soon. Enzo Fernandez. João Pedro, never. He's bought that ref. Eze, Calafiori, Marino are Maverick players who can get a goal out of nothing. Darwin is just brilliant. If we win the title, we'll come down to individual brilliance. Or however we do it. If we're going to be harsh and judge Gyökeres on his first season, he's not looking great. But we actually did but we actually pay quite. Well, we didn't pay. We paid pennies really for Gyökeres. Bro, just make Gyökeres a rotation. Bro, if you bring in Julian Alvarez and Gyökeres is mixing and blending, I'm cool. So you're watching Chelsea when our women's team are playing the Champions League semi-final. Well, mate, it's got a Chelsea badge. It's got a Leeds badge. What do you want me to do? I wanted to watch the FA Cup semi-finals. I've done plenty of women watch-alongs. Big them up for that. Do you want a blue Peter badge? Are you trying to win Fan Olympics? Bet you're fun at parties. We're vibes in here, bro. Hey, mods, bouncers, stop bringing the dickheads into the rave, bro. They're scaring the women. Like, what's going on? We're vibes in. There's gal there and you're starting to fight and doing weird stuff, talking to them about conspiracies. What happened to you? Go win the Fan Olympics then. Oh, so what are you doing? The women are playing. You're chatting shit on my life. I'm watching the semi-finals. So what? What do you want me to do? I wanted to watch the semi-finals. I thought Leeds were going to do a thing today. Shoot me. Oh my God, I'm the biggest Arsenal fan alive. I bleed red. Oh my days. Oh my gosh, you're not a real fan if you don't get behind the team. Just support the boys. Shut up, man. And I know my women are going to handle that anyways. Unlike the fellas, they're going to handle that. And anyway, like I told Rance, I told man there's a parade in May. The Galley are going to do their thing. The under-15s won a cup in China. There's a parade there. Plus, if City win the FA Cup and the Prem, don't we get into the Community Shield? So there'll be one in August still. Am I shameless? 1,000,000%. You already knew this. Some of you need to touch air, man. Fucking party peoples, man. Fucking hell, like. Bloody hell, geezer, like. Lighten up a bit, fella, like. Come on, Mr. LG. What's all that about, fella? Nah, I don't think. I think Gyökeres will end up. Because you see, with Gyökeres, you know, one thing I like about having Gyökeres, and I'll say this year, one thing I actually like about having Gyökeres, regardless of what I think about him, in my mind, he forces Arteta to play towards a traditional striker strength, because that should make obviously that's forcing Arteta's philosophy to change, bro. Like, you don't play with an actual striker. Of course, Gyökeres has to tailor his game towards what Arteta wants, which I think he's done. Obviously, when you accept Gyökeres for years, he's never going to be the prettiest. He's going to be quite ineffective, but he's going to score a bunch of ugly goals. But you need that. That's why I like having him, because it's forcing. It should be forcing him anyways. Sign a better striker and just make my man. Yeah. We need a corner coach for the women team. How are the women getting on anyways? DG, do you believe Spurs will get relegated? No, but I've been saying that for time, and I still don't believe it. But you have to face reality, innit? Like, it's a very big possibility. Yeah, that Gyökeres pass. A lot of players had shit decision making yesterday, but the Gyökeres pass took the piss. Yeah, bouncers, pattern that up, man. Stop letting dickheads in the rave, man. DG, tell man if he wants to watch a women game, fuck off the stream and the game. Amen. Bro, bouncers, how did he manage to get in? We're going to have to start sacking people. No, I'm joking. Don't block him. But come on, mate. We're a goal down. Oh, the women are losing. Arsenal women. Leon, right? Come on, ladies. What's going on? What's the starting 11 for the game? Hey, my favourite player, McCabe. I just like McCabe because she's on just clamping, man. Russo's in there. Russo's not my favourite still. Russo's not my favourite. Black Daenerys, I can never say her name, not my favourite. Tyler Hinds. Best player we got. Well, why has Leon got bare players on the bench and we don't? I don't know what's going on there, but women patting it up, man. It's good, Man City will play double games next 3 weeks. Bro, I hear it, but I'm going to leave that stuff to you. Look, I have to, bro. I'm not, I can't. My thing is, my mentality is there's 7 games. There's 7 games if you don't want to have a magical season. There's 2 minimum in the Champions League, 3 if you get to the final. There's 4 in the Prem. Win them, and it's done, innit? Or Chelsea could be in it. I'm surprised João Pedro ain't scored yet. João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez, who got the first goal. To be fair, for once, Garnacho's decision-making was quite good. It's just resulted in a corner. To be fair, I'll give Chelsea that. They have broken quickly. I mean, normally, if Chelsea get to the final, you'd imagine City win. But like as an Arsenal fan, there's been many an FA Cup final we've gone into, been the favourites, pardon me, and delivered. But there's also been times like we've not believed really and truly that we could get anything from these FA Cup finals, and we were the favoured team. So that's just something to bear in mind. Olivia Smith is good. Yeah, she is, to be fair. If I'm a bounce, I'll be real. I missed that one. Donny must have slipped in the side edge. He must have, man. He must. One of you lot he just gave you a quick £20. You put that in your pocket and kept it moving. What's going on in the rave? DJ, if Spurs actually get relegated, do you reckon it could lead to riots in Tottenham? I don't know about riots, but there'll be heads to roll. Me personally, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I don't think the Premier League want Spurs to go down in the same way they wouldn't want Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, City to go down. In the same way, I don't think they really want City to face charges. It ruins their product and their brand. You don't have Spurs in the league. There's no North London derby. Something happens to City, there's none of them talking points. So it won't surprise me if some dodgy decisions, Spurs start benefiting from them. The game's the game. I'm not even making it about Spurs. It's just, I know we all love ball. But if we all put our club caps down, yeah, football's a dirty game, bro. And I do think it's a bit scripted and fixed to a degree. Play your best players every game now. All right, N16, tell them again. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. There's going to obviously need to be an element of rotation. And to be fair, yesterday, I don't know, man. Maybe we're just tired, but we look knackered. And Newcastle just looked like every minute in that second half, they're getting more energized. Like, I think Arteta even said it in a quote, and he said it in the best possible way. It's like they used 5 subs, but it's like they brought on 10 new players. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know what that is, but yeah. Leeds need some more quality players, man. So yeah, I'd say that, man. I don't rate Okafor, man. He's capable of magic moments, but as I've got older, I've learned to stop rating, man. Like if I'm still talking about the same things year in, year out. You can have all the ability, but it's consistency is the name of the game. Okafor, that's a decent ball. Dominic, keep going, boys. It's another shot on target. Okafor, hey, I've always rated him heavy. Always rated him. Who said that? Keep putting that in the box. But why is it taking basically at the hour mark for Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get a header? I mean, it was never going in. It's a shot on target. As I said, Sanchez, to be fair to him, has been equal to anything asked of him. But again, you're meant to have no regrets in games like this. I think Leeds will have a lot of regrets. Leeds have definitely made it tougher for Chelsea in Premier League games. Everyone knows Leeds are an annoying team to play against. They've not been annoying today. A bit of it is tactically, because I actually think the way Chelsea have been set up, they're really crippling Leeds' ability to play through the middle and just retain the ball. But the individuals, man. But one thing, football's a 90-minute game and it only takes one chance. And Chelsea do have the ability to fuck things up. Bogle, that was terrible, bro. This wing-back thing is not going to bang Leeds, man. Daniel Farke, change it. Get there. Nothing. That's ours, Rev. That's ours. Relax. Where's the options? Throw the ball, play. Rapido. Tranquillo. Rapido. Come on, boys. Wait, Daniel Farke, he's German, isn't it? I don't even know how you say all of that in German, innit? Big up the members. But big up yourself, Insomniac. Question we've got to have is, how do we make that attack click with Noni and Gyökeres and sign a midfielder who's fit for attacking? I just think we need to play more direct, create more overloads, break a lot quicker. Because we have showed, there's been moments this season. Yesterday we did break quickly. It came to nothing. I remember the kind of period, literally when a ball was kicked, the first ball was kicked, Man United, we did show some like, we're trying to knock it quickly this season. Newcastle away, but it ain't been there long enough. The sky is blue. Caicedo's being booked. We missed Timber. But remember when Timber was here, and 16 people saying, we missed Ben White, man. He's better in the final third than Timber. Brother, I'd take a punt on Okafor to Naka and Amanfidi. Nah. Of the three, I'd say Tanaka. Aesthetic bias. Okafor, nah. What, for Chelsea? You're a Chelsea fan, innit, Ace? Nah, man. Sanchez has gone down. Amanfidi and Lavia. They're getting into it. You got long hair, mate. Yo, you got long hair, mate. Is that a girl? That can't be a footballer. Love you, who are you? Don't get injured trying to fight me, geezer. A man for do. Come on, Leeds. Calm down, man. Calm down, man. You got your hair in there. You know when gal are about to suck dick, they put their hair up like that. That's what you got, Lavia. Like, fam. Shush. Please. Shh. 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 Please. I'm a shithouse. I miss Sunday League, man. Chelsea wasted time. To be fair, I wouldn't be against it. A man for do stop breading. I don't like a man for do as well, man. I'm sure there's a reason. Yeah, you pissed me off against Arsenal. A man for do breading. He used to spend time at Chelsea. Stop breading, man, bro. Alright, to be fair, Manford, you started all of that. Stop breading, man. Stop breading. Stop laughing. Leeds, why is he captain? Stop laughing, bro. Man, I'm not winning. Why are you laughing? I still reckon Spurs. I don't. I can't. I'll be real. I can't predict it, bro. I can't. I don't know, man, because like I do think it's gonna be a stitch-up thing. But then you look at Spurs' next few fixtures, and bearing in mind, it doesn't matter who they get. Like when you're playing how Spurs are performing, every game you don't know how it's gonna go. I do think being on TalkSport and watching that game, obviously watching all the games, I don't think Spurs are perfect. But if I'm real, I do think there was a reaction. I do think that looked like they had clarity and basic competencies of what you want to do on a football pitch. I do think on the balance of things, they deserve to win. And they obviously got the goal. But it's media, free kick to Leeds. Oh, I thought that went. Oh, this Statch fella. Is that Statch? Statch, just hit it. Someone's give him the ball, let him leng it. Why didn't you take the free blood? Why didn't you take the free kick in the first minute? The replay looks dead, but yeah. You look at their fixtures. Can you wholeheartedly say they're going to beat Villa? It won't surprise me if Spurs actually beat Villa. We're at that time of the season, isn't it? But can you see Spurs beating Villa on paper right now on the 26th of April, folks? Let me know. Can you see them beating Leeds at home? Maybe. Leeds. It's a weird one with Leeds, bro. Pardon me. It's a weird one with Leeds because on paper, no one really wants to play Leeds at home or away in it. They're horrible, but Leeds will probably have Premier League security now. On paper, they're out of the FA Cup. It's not that they haven't got nothing to play for, but what have you got to really play for, man? Like Chelsea, I actually feel if Spurs were to play Chelsea, I hope Chelsea win that naturally, but I actually think they'll beat Chelsea. I actually think, and I'm sure Spurs' form is better than Chelsea's recently. Like both teams are kind of horrible. Everton at home on the last day. I don't know how that goes. But then you look at West Ham, because it's fair to say, well, it's not fair to say, because if we look at the league table, there's still a lot to play for, innit? Let's refresh that just to make sure. I would imagine, mathematically it's close, and you can't for definite. Newcastle not in a relegation race, but they've been stinking up the gaff. But yeah, you can't really say anybody's safe, yeah? Like from 18th to Leeds' position, you could force it and say 14th in it with Newcastle, but you can't really say anything safe. But I think Leeds are cool. I think Forest are cool. Obviously, this could change. Imagine Spurs beat Villa, West Ham. You could say either Spurs beat Villa, West Ham beat Brentford, Forest obviously lose. It could look brazy, like, and we can make up many different denominations. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then you look at West Ham's fixtures. Big 3 points yesterday against Everton. What a goal from Dewsbury Hall. Big up Callum Wilson and Souček, man of the match. Souček might be, I wouldn't call it man of the match, but like man of the game week. Like isolated all the Premier League games today and tomorrow and yesterday. If there is some today, I don't think there is. I think everything was yesterday. Souček might be like overall man of the match, if that makes sense. I think he played a fucking blinder against Everton. Okafor trying step overs. Goodmanson, who I thought Leeds need to make him fly down that left-hand side. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, can you get there? Take off Tanaka. He's shit, bro. You're shit. You're not going to make it, bro. You're not going to make it. You're probably the most technically gifted in this side. And it's fallen to you and you've dragged it wide. You and Arison. Arison, you haven't done nothing, but I'm drawing you out as well. What have you done? At least Tanaka's local, like Mark Noble. You're not on nothing, bro. Shit-ass bully. You might make Sanchez look good and go. No, don't look to the sky, bro. God can't help you today, cuz. You need to help yourself, player. Pissing me off. I hate shit stuff like that. Aha, love you. Aha. There's nothing aha, but yeah. Look at that little Chelsea fan. He's about 7 years of age. May he never smile about his football club. Fuck the little kids. Fuck the old men. And this is why I need Arsenal to win, bro, because I need to. And on to that guy with the bottles. Fuck his kid as well. So love as a football community, man. But like, bro, we need to. Arsenal fans need to embrace being villains, man. There's some fans that don't care, but there's a lot of you that there's, oh, why don't you like me? Why don't you like my club? We're not so like that. Fuck it. Most hated than rated. If you're not with us, you get bun. But we'll never get that. Because we got bare fans that cross their legs and shit when they're sitting down, man. All them guys, see how it's sunny in London, that's going to go near South Bank and have a good little time, probably rent a line bike. We got bare them kind of fans. If it was, I got some radical ideas for Arsenal Football Club. You see me? I'm going to Leeds. I'm going to Newcastle. And you see their fans that just have no top on. You lot need to be at the Emirates. We'll pay you. Just be at the Emirates, make noise. Because I'm convinced there's some Newcastle fans and Leeds fans don't even know what's going on. They just burst. We need that. 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 Big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you subscribe with Amazon Prime. We need to get back into doing Twitch streams. You don't want to miss that because obviously we're going to watch games. We're going to watch documentaries. We're going to get, I promise you, look, we're going to get back to Football Manager. I don't want to because, you know, no, DG out. And playing Football Manager with you lot makes me more sympathetic to Arteta. Because you lot can see why I don't play certain guys, why we do certain things. And it hurts, man. Some of you are horrible, man. Like losing the Champions League final, and they're like, oh, DG's a fucking bottler. Spent all this. Riley's an offender. Oh, he spent all this peas. He ain't done nothing. You're never gonna make it. You replayed the game, you still got slapped. Proper does my head in, mate. Barrios, good player. Seems like Atletico Madrid have a number of injury issues, but staying on task. Looking at West Ham, you can't really buy. Like you can't say 100% they're gonna beat Brentford. You can't say they're going to, but to be fair, at the part of the season, West Ham away, shades of 2022-23. West Ham's games are nasty still. Brentford, Leeds last day, Arsenal at home, Newcastle. I never want us to lose, but if we had to lose one of the four, yeah, Chelsea and Spurs fans could never say anything. They wanted to lose, especially Spurs fans, which is on brand with them. Them man, they love failure. Big up BR in the cup. I don't mind it. I love the shit houses. DG, who would be in your starting 11 at the World Cup? Brother, I think we're fucked because I've already said this. I think England are going to go out very early. Like, I think we're due that. I think, obviously, you can't really look at form because some players that get called up for their countries in great form at club level, they stink out their place. Some people that are having shit seasons, they go and make it mad. But apart from Harry Kane in that attacking lineup and Morgan Rogers, no one's really standing out. Bellingham ain't having a good season. Foden isn't. Saka isn't. Palmer isn't. There's just too many things. There's just too many unanswered questions for me. I don't know for the centre-half pairings. I don't know who gets left back. Like Lewis Hall, Nico O'Reilly, they're like nothing to do with on ability. I'm going with them. But obviously, international football is a different dynamic and all of that. That's what makes me not confident. Like, I don't really rate. There's too many things I don't rate. I don't know what going for the midfield. I don't know what's going on the left-hand side. Not really convinced with nothing. It's up to me with no context. Pickford. Even fucking bloody hell, right back. Pickford, James. Even centre-half is mad. Like, I'm bearing in mind it's tournament football. Pickford, Reece James. I would take Trent because I think Trent wouldn't start for me, but you might be someone that you can just bring on. You might be able to just make a goal happen according to the context, innit? The same logic would see me take Phil Foden. Reece James. But then if I'm honest, Pickford, of my back, like, well, I'm stuck on the back five because Pickford is the one. No, I'm not really, but I can say Pickford, I can say Reece James. Don't know for centre-half, and I don't know for left back. Because a part of me screaming, you have to take Luke Shaw. Centre-half's weird because I think you have to start and Harry Maguire needs to be going anyways. But do you go Konza? Do you go Harry Maguire? Like, in terms of ball playing in the modern game, do you go with John Stones? How fit can John Stones be and for the whole tournament? Tomori's obviously there, ain't put a foot wrong. You've asked me a question, so let me try to answer it, innit? Pickford, Reece James, Garnacho could be in here. Pickford, Reece James, fuck it. Harry Maguire, Stones, Nico O'Reilly, midfield, Rice, Elliot Anderson. I think he's really impressed me in the run-up to this thing, innit? Elliot Anderson, Rice. Should be Bellingham, but I'm gonna go with Morgan Rogers. Left-hand side, Rashford. Right, Saka, Kane up front. But again, I'm not really convinced. Olivia Smith is good, still young, needs Russo in the striking position. How are we getting on? Our adrenaline is sometimes fear. For other teams, it's for performance. If Arsenal can add Alvarez, Bacola, and a half-decent right-back for rotation in the transfer window, we would look cold next year. I hear it, but I'm at the point, I'll believe we look cold when I see it. I'll believe we'll win a trophy when we see it. Like, I'm tired of the potential thing and making up ideal scenarios and ideal scenario, imaginary scenarios, imaginary left 11s. I'm tired of it, bro. Like, man, just want to see tangible stuff physically. If I'm honest with you, Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri, Max Dowman, Marley Salmon. That's all I want to hear about with potential. Fucking hell, Bogle, man. This guy is drunk, man. Kind of first touch is that? Making me look good. I've got a terrible first touch on like one of the clips of his day. So yeah. Hey, Riley's on there, bro. Allow me, man. I got a quad on my FM. Excuse me, when have I ever said that, DG, you're a barefaced? Like, to be fair, Riley, you do bants, but at least the one thing I give to Riley when we play Football Manager is he at least tries to do the assistant manager thing and try and clue guys up. The rest can't get a break, mate. This man Riley gaslight me. I swear you said a team months ago, huh? Would you advocate bring on Dalman for 20 minutes in place of Odegaard? Not right now. For me, long term he can do that. I wouldn't be against it. I just think Dalman right wing, it's a right wing thing for now. But why not? Why not? Leeds have a corner. I can't lie, Leeds, man. For a semi-final, this is meaty. So it's a Chelsea City final, eh? Best centre-back that comes to mind are Gurhey and Maguire for England, which is true, but then Konza's not put a foot wrong. John Stones, to be fair with you, and this is where I'm looking at, because you got to manage the tournament. Like, if I don't even know how many group stage games there are now, but if there's 3-4 games now, James ain't giving you 90 minutes for that. Stones ain't physically able to do that. So there's a lot of needing to manage it and whatnot. In fact, I'm tweaking. Maguire, I'm tweaking. I'm going back to that question, Stones and Maguire. Either Gurhey and Maguire or Stones and Maguire. The only thing with Stones is because, bro, like, what other ball players centre halves do we have? Maguire just needs to be in leadership, all that crap. And similar to the last time, or the tournament before, bro, set pieces are going to be vital. You got Reece James, you got Maguire, you got Rice, you got Saka, you got a bunch of players. Pedro Neto on a run here. Pardon me, came to nothing. Bradley's on. I do stream FM. You got to follow on Twitch, though. I do stream FM. I ain't done it for a minute, but we do. We got slapped against Real Madrid in the league phase. Bearing in mind, what was the score? It was like 7-6. We was 4 goals down. We came back, and then, yeah, they done the Real Madrid thing. But there were injuries. We did have to play young players at left back. We did have to play Kepa in goal. In fact, let me actually look at my FM. Let me actually see what my 11 looks like. Let me open it. Poor old laptop. I'm working. You tough, man. Start making noise. Tomori's not forgotten. I like Tomori. A bit. I'd rather play Gurhey. Tomori and Gurhey need to be there. I like them as centre halves because they can play ball. Like they I wouldn't describe them as ball playing centre halves, but they can. Why I like them is, it sounds dumb, but I like footballers, especially in defense. Like, they know what they're there to do in it. Like, they are so self-aware. Like Gurhey, he knows what he can do. He knows what you never see him trying to do things above his pay grade. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, fuck. Leeds, it's been real, man. It's been real, man. 50 minutes over. DJ, I think it could be Gurhi and Konza at centre back on the basis that Tuchel has seen that partnership the most for England. Chemistry is key. Probably will be that. But I don't really, like I said, for me, this is why another reason as to why I don't really feel England are going to do anything. Centre half partnerships, I don't really rate it. Left back, I don't really rate it. Right back, I don't really rate it. And when I say rate it, it's more partnerships. And like I said, Reece James, you're not playing 3-4 games on the spin. Who else is going to come into it? If we're playing in knockout ties, if we're shit, who's got the individual brilliance? Because, I think they'll be there, but there's no guarantee Foden's going. There's no guarantee Bellingham's going on paper. I just don't rate it. And I just think on top of everything, we're due that. We're due to stink it up. We're due a poor tournament. What was it? Quarters or semis in a World Cup, 2 Euros finals. We're due to stink up the place, bro. And it goes for all countries, but also us. A lot of these players have played a lot of games for the last couple of years. Someone like Cole Palmer, bro, you was at the Club World Cup. You had a long season last year. You was at the Club World Cup. You've had bare games now. It's a myth, man. It's a myth, bro. Of course, I want to be wrong. Hopefully, England or Brazil bring it home, but Goodmanson, bro, putting balls into the box, no one's there. Leeds ain't got no individual brilliance today, man. This is meaty, man. Cucurella clears it. João Pedro's sick at ball, man. There's some man you can't slander. Chelsea have signed like a million shit players. Cole Palmer's on, by the way. The lights are bright. I need to see something, Palmer. This ain't 3 p.m. Premier League kickoffs. Cole Palmer runs into a blind alley, really. That was a bit shit from Cole Palmer, but okay. And he's been given a yellow card. Let me actually see what my team looks like. Oh, no, leave that. Leave that, please. "13 minutes left, folks. Will Leeds send this to extra time? Probably not. Why ain't this loading? Leeds, I've checked out, man. You man are not serious. You're not on that. See, look, giving the ball away. Tired. I keep seeing that. People do say Cole Palmer looks like Lee Gunner still. Maybe Lee was being a naughty boy in Manchester many a year ago, and he's got a kid he's not looking after. You reckon Phil Foden's declining? Yeah, probably. I'm taking Palmer to the World Cup, bro. He scored in a fight. Like Palmer, like it sounds dumb, yeah, but I don't think Palmer. I think Palmer's a couple pennies short of a pound, innit? Like I don't think Palmer's all the way up there. And I actually feel in a good way. That's why you're able to cope with pressure, bro. Sometimes I think when you know too much, you get shook. Like, I don't know how it all works, but Trent, Palmer, Foden, you're all going. Just because whether I'm going to use you in the tournament or not, bro, you don't have the ability to just do something. If we're chasing the game or we need a bit of magic in two, you man could do it. And that's what we don't do as a country. Like, when you look at half of these countries, yeah, Spain being the best example, there's some man that we rate as like the top 5 in the world in their position. We see what they do at club level. They're not necessarily main players starting every week in the Euros or the World Cup. But as the tournament goes on, you see why this squad was assembled. We don't do that. And the one thing I'll give Tuchel, I know there's going to be some unpopular decisions that we're going to definitely be like, how's he left him out? But there's going to be more of an element of that. You know, them German men look at things without emotion. And there's also a degree of unprovenness in it, because I think Elliot Anderson, Nico O'Reilly, Morgan Rogers, you're not going to be key players for Tuchel, but you've never, like, you're good players at club level. You've never been involved in this kind of level. Like, it's nothing to do with your ability. It's a different kind of dynamic. So, yeah, ref, how much time wasting, man? João Pedro's thrown the ball around. So, all things considered, if you're forwarding to America, Canada, or Mexico, well, you're not going to be there that long. Or if you are, don't be following England all the time, innit? I just think Foden's at a crossroads, bro. Like, end of the day, you're not a key player. You're a very talented one, but you're not a key player, bro. We still chat about him like he's a kid. You're not a key player for City. There's a reason you're out the lineup. And to be fair, that happens at City. But like, yeah, I did think when the Gundogan, the Kevin De Bruyne's, all them kind of guys at City that have been there, when they left, he's the next one. Because it's annoying with Foden. Like, you're one of the best, if not the best, naturally talented player that I've seen England produce, excluding Wayne Rooney and Jack Wilshere at the time, and obviously Max Dowman. You've got it all, bro. You can play everywhere, but you've got all the ability. You can play everywhere, but what do you do? And in crunch moments, I don't think you've got it. Every tournament this comes up, yeah. Or how do you get Foden in? Everyone remembers what Euros was it? He did the Gascoigne header and hair, and it didn't bang. He's not in the main team. I'm not starting you in the 10. I'm not starting you in any 8s. I'm not starting you off the right. I'm not starting you off the left. You have the capacity. You're definitely going for me. You definitely could play in all of these roles. But yeah, this is why I don't like playing this Football Manager, man. Review team selection, please. What is my 11? Gyökeres. Nah, this can't be it. Gyökeres up front, Martinelli off the left, Saka off the right, Zubamendi, Rodrigo, Hincapié, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White. Nah. Okay, I've got Eze. I'm sure I had more, man. I got Warren Zaire, Emre. I'm sure I had other players. I'm sure I got Morgan Rogers, but he's going to sign for us in Jan. I got Kez Smith. He's on loan. Ironically, at Leeds, who we're watching now. So, yeah, that's my team. Let's close this. Oh, why is Streamlabs open? So, yeah, that's my Football Manager team. Can you close, please? Thank you. Rainmaker, one love. But, yeah, what Riley's saying there, facts. Just Foden, like, how old is he? 26 now? He was on the scene before Palmer, before Foden, before Saka. And for me, I'm definitely playing. I do think Palmer is, like, of Palmer, Foden, and Saka, I think in terms of just being a footballer, Foden is the best. But I'm playing Saka right wing ahead of you. I'm definitely playing Cole Palmer ahead of you. In the 10 as well, let alone there, because I know Palmer is more likely to make something happen for me. But I'm taking him. Well, I mean, we would never get Phil Foden at Arsenal tomorrow, bro. Phil Foden on it, bro. Phil Foden is wavy. If it was able to happen, they're the kind of chances I would like us to take. Bro, it looks like Archipong's coming on. And it looks like Leeds will make another sub. There's 7 minutes of normal time left. I reckon there's going to be 5 minutes of added on time, maybe even 7. Come on, Leeds, man. I've seen Leeds play a lot better than this, and this ain't going to happen. Leeds, I just can't see it, mate. Paul Merson has said, if Arsenal win next week against Fulham at home, Arsenal win the league. I'd be disappointed if I was a Leeds fan. If you want creativity, it's Foden. If you want goal threats, it's Saka for me. Yeah, but when does Foden really create, bro? That's why he wouldn't be in my starting 11. When do you really just wreak havoc? When? Because he's got the capacity to. He's got the ability. When have you seen this? When have we looked at? He's definitely had moments, but off the top of your head, when? Like, when? And also, if you're struggling for that, when has Foden done it in English shirt? Saka's done it enough times. Palmer, even though even in the last tournament, he was a bit part player, came on in the final and bagged. I mean, Arsenal bias, but I would love to see Eze off the left for England. It's over, Leeds, man. They have a throw in 5 minutes left. So yeah, more of the story. Foden can do like Foden is gifted, but like he's not someone you rely on. And currently he's not displayed himself as someone that can just put the team on their back and make a difference. But as I said, for me, I would take him. I would take Trent. I would take these players just because I give myself the option. If Trent just picks out a pass, Foden with a bit of magic. I don't include Palmer with these guys, but because he's probably going to be on the bench, Palmer can make things happen. You need that. But it's the reality. Leeds just not creating nothing, man. Just not finding their attackers, not creating. I mean, you'd have to ask a Leeds fan, but I ain't ever seen them play free at the back. Dominic Calvert-Lewin losing the ball. And I don't think the players have, I don't know if it's stage fright, but it's like they're lacking belief. They've never really, I've seen Leeds just say, F it, we're going for it, turn up the pressure. That's not been the case. Maybe the Wembley lights are too bright. I don't know. Carry it, bring it. Who wants it? Someone show. Don't panic. Don't panic. If we can't go forward, go backwards. Go fucking backwards. We got to throw in. Ball boy, throw the ball. Tranquillo. And again. In the mixer. We scored. All right, come on. 2 bags for the ladies. Yeah, Foden is overrated, but like, you're a quality player. If Foden makes the English squad for the World Cup, I would be shocked. I don't think he's going. I think he'll take Bellingham. Another one like Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, Saka. They're having stinky seasons. Like Kane's the only attacker you look at, you're like, wow. Like of the guys that are likely to start, you're like, wow. Rashford's been a bit mixed at Barcelona. He's had good moments. Can I just say completely off topic? Yeah, Jadon Sancho. I don't know why I think this was because we're talking about England. Was it last week when he came off when Aston Villa won? I can't lie, that's the worst sub appearance I've seen since Abue got subbed on and subbed off, bro. How are you losing the ball twice? So yeah, it's mad, because I actually think, do you know what? As all the talk we're doing about who makes the World Cup and who don't, I think Noni is. I think Noni's gonna make the World Cup because I think Tuchel there's a couple man that I feel he just likes. I actually thought Eze wouldn't make it. I think Eze's form, if he continues, that's put him into it. By the way, Coventry have been confirmed, not that we needed this, as 2025-26 championship winners, sorry. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin got a way of pulling Cucurella's hair down. Caicedo is down for Chelsea. Where? Where? And somebody mentioned Nico Williams, completely random. But Nico Williams hasn't played a full 90 minutes since January the 13th when Athletic Club faced the second division side, and he's only scored 1 goal in his last 18 games. Yeah, forget that. You stay over there. Somebody said David Raya's got more clean sheets than games Chelsea have won, but hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. Please don't shoot the messenger. But hurry up. It looks like Chelsea are going to make another sub, or Sango, or whatever his name is. We had a penalty in the girls' game overruled by VAR. Seems quite interesting there. Nah, I'm not watching it, man. Sancho too focused on playing hookers then ball. DG, don't forget when he put the ball on the plate for Eze's goal. True. Do you think Sancho will ever play for England again? Yeah, but not for the foreseeable future. Stinking up the plate. That man just needs some stability, man, because you're going back to Man United. Your days are probably numbered there. It's not gonna happen there, is it? Linked to go back to Dortmund. I would say Sancho needs somewhere where he's gonna become important, get love and things like that. But again, I don't know Sancho. I don't know his personal life, and I don't like to draw conclusions. But what I would like to say to Jadon Sancho is you've had a good career. You've lived the dream of everyone, going from being a council estate kid to being a footballer. You played for Man United, Borussia Dortmund, played for your country, been to tournaments, played in the biggest competitions there's been. One day you're going to look back with regret. Don't waste your career, because we all remember when you were 16, 17, going to Dortmund, much less what you are now. Don't waste what's left. The ability's there. There's been 8 minutes of added on time. The ability's there. The application isn't. Like, don't waste it, bro. And this is what I mean. You can clearly, in fact, clearly Jadon Sancho ain't applied himself, because when he did, he was balling out at Dortmund. And I get it. You've always been good at football. Football's all you've known, and I always think about that. Like, for footballers, when football's all you've known, do you really comprehend the opportunity you have at hand? You've got all the potential in the world, bro. Like, man, you should be playing week in, week out for Man United. We should be talking about the left-hand side is sorted, or the 10, wherever you want to play Sancho. But it's not quite been that. Your ability, you've got ability. Your future your career shouldn't ever at any point be in limbo. Leeds United, come on, man. Like, turn up the temperature, man. Lump it in the mixer. Daniel Farke, man. It'd be nice to get to an FA Cup final, but you know what? Semi-finals and promotion, that's a good season for Leeds, especially when it feels like the moment there was rumours Farke was going to get sacked, Leeds just patterned up. A horrible team to play against. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten United. The real United. Big up Leeds. Obviously, you can't do that against Arsenal. Big dogs, but it's cool. Ganyonto, remember when his stock was high? Pardon me, ref, that's a yellow. That's a very tactical foul by Santos. To be fair, slyly, Santos might have won the ball. I'd have him. If we're going to bargain hunt at Chelsea, I would have Santos. Brazil bias. More likely to fucking get Pedro now. When players start believing their own hype, especially from young, you kind of get this thing. They don't feel like they need to work hard, coasting mode. There's just not been that beast to come out. And at the end of the day, Sancho, yeah. If the penny's not going to drop now, it's never going to drop. I'll always be sympathetic to Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, and Rashford, because we all know the penalty misses and the fallouts for that. Good Munson, good defending by Cole Palmer, and good strength by Cole Palmer. That's definitely never a foul. You need to get up. And Chelsea could be in here. Oh, that final pass by Enzo, of all people, is horrible. That was never seen. Leeds, the quality is poor. Enzo's going to wait for you to foul him. Ref don't think it's a ref's letting a lot go. Oh, Bogle, what kind of first? Bro, this guy is drunk off Magnums, man. Good strength from him. Never. Pedro Neto was never fouled. Get up. He's acting. Shut up. Bro, how's that yellow card? That's got to be a red then, ref. If you genuinely think Bogle's fouled Pedro Neto, you've got to send him off then. Because that's violent conduct. He's allegedly done that. I don't think he's done anything. Oh, I didn't see it. That's the frustration of being, I didn't see it, but you're a lucky boy still. Bogle, you're a very lucky man. I'll keep thinking what could have been if Nico Williams actually joined us after the Euros. His career has taken such a detour. I always think that, but with Rafinha. Who do you think will be the next Chelsea head coach? Rogue suggesting if he leaves Newcastle, Eddie Howe. Other than that, I don't know, man. They linked with Areola. Good on paper, but and for Areola, it's a good gig to have. Chelsea, bunch of players, money, maybe not Champions League, but then when you look at what Chelsea have been, it's a bit of a poison job for anyone, really. When you're born with insane natural ability, but get mixed up with the wrong gal and do balloons and think life's easy, you get Jadon Sancho. Probably. He's clearly not applied himself. Like, it's very different, yeah. But I said this about Ryan Cherky in a sense that, and I've said this for time, like, Cherky's still young. But why has he only just got the move to City and everybody knows about the like the casual football fan knows about him. He's been on the scene for years. But it's not. I'm not relating the two, yeah. But with me, with Cherky, and it's not necessarily. I think he's out there with Gyal. He's doing the most. Sometimes I think as a footballer, which I've never been, I assume you training 3 times a week, 4 times a week. You know, you're doing physio and all of that. What did you pass that? Like, what did you pass that? Because I feel I said this with Nasri. Nasri is one of my biggest upsetments in football. Not even because he went to City. He had a good career. He's a good player. I think he could have been a great. Like, I think he could have been a great. And what I think is the difference is you've got to really live and breathe football. I think Cherky has all the potential. I think he could be the best player in the Prem, one of the best players in City's history, Ballon d'Or contender, all of that. France regular, but he's got to want it. And what I mean by want it is you do the Cristiano Ronaldo thing. I'm not asking you to be Cristiano Ronaldo, but you're living it. Everything is focused in it. You're never switching off. The real work is when you're not at training. I can't lie, Chelsea have done very well just soaking killing the sting out of the game, milking fouls. It's needed, man. Nasri didn't have the mentality, definitely. But he could have been a great, bro. Like, I genuinely believe Nasri could have been a great. Like, he's obviously, everyone remembers him, and based on what he did at City, I guess you could say he's a Premier League legend, but man wouldn't say he's a legend. I think he could have been. There was nothing Samir Nasri couldn't do without a football, bro. There's nothing. We all saw it at Marseille, we saw it at Arsenal, we saw it at City. We saw it live as well. But then Mavericky players, I even think the same with Eden Hazard. It sounds mad to say he done what he done at Chelsea. He's obviously played for Real Madrid. But it became a job. For them, man, it's a hobby, bro. Like, it weren't life or death. If I need to come up out the trenches. Like, this is a way to put food on the table. And that's why you see a couple average players do mad things. It's that hunger, bro. It's like Dele Alli. I told man Dele Alli was going to end up like this. I said it. I said he ain't got opposition. Pot just found him playing off the left. It's not going to bang. I used to say it. And then when it more confirmation bias 100%, but it more confirmed to me that it's not going to bang for him when I saw Jose Mourinho say it in the documentary thing. And we don't know these people as people. Maybe they are trying and whatnot, but don't waste it, man. I know you can get caught up on being a footballer and it's something you've done and stuff, but don't forget the little boy inside you. Word to Robin Van Persie, like, wanted to be a footballer. Make it count, bro. Chelsea are going to win the FA Cup with a temp coach. I do think they beat City. City like rubbing out for no reason. Ooh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin surely caught his man there late. What the hell was Cole Palmer doing there? That should be the last kick of the game. I'll give Chelsea, this is the first time I've seen an element of game management in a long while. Taking this thing out of the game, kicking the ball, making the most of fouls, frustrating the opposition. It's over, Leeds, man. Too many regrets. I always say you need to go into these games with no regrets. Leeds will have many a regret. They haven't made it difficult for Chelsea in any way, shape, or form. They've had 2 good chances in which Sanchez was equal to it. But yeah. And Manfred's going to throw it into the box to keep us. It's over, bro. It's over. We're 45 seconds over time. I bet this long throw's dead. Light skin use never, when it's crunch time, they never do it. Crumbling. Big up our dark skin, guys. See, crumbled. Hit it. Ganyanto, what are you doing? Whatever you was doing did not bang. Ref, the game's done, man. Is it done? Enzo Fernandez's goal's different. The difference, captain's performance led by example. Muted celebrations from Chelsea. I think they should be a bit more happy about this. You got 3 in the cup. Bro, Nasri could have done the most. I hear Nasri's thing because that's probably why I'm kind of blasé when footballers leave Arsenal, because it made sense, bro. At the end of the day, you man are not loyal to Arsenal. You're all footballers. Like, if snaking's a word, yeah, pardon me, you all left your clubs to sign for Arsenal. Why? Arsenal, French players, Wenger, we've been one of the best teams in England. It's a platform, all of that kind of stuff. So in the same logic, if you want to win titles, and you know, if you're Nasri and you're seeing like Fabregas and all these guys that you're with, or whenever we get 3-4 really good players, or it looks like we're building something, man are being sold because you know the regime, you're gonna be disillusioned. You never want to be the last in a rave when the lights turn on, which Van Persie was. Unpopular opinion. If I had to be vexed about anyone, I'm more angry about Cesc Fabregas than than Robin Van Persie, because I never saw Robin Van Persie do foolishness. And to be fair to him, whether I think he's a snake or not, which I actually don't, because I removed my fan cap and it made sense. Like, United, biggest club in the land, they need a striker. Arsenal want to sell to anyone these times. You know about what Alex Ferguson does. I can see myself slotting in there. Obviously, hindsight, he won trophies. It made sense. He said, the club told me they're going to sign guys. They're not signing guys. There was offers from abroad. They weren't trying to let me go abroad. So Alex Ferguson is saying X, Y, Z. I'm on X, Y, Z. One love. And he didn't even act disrespectful until fans booed him, in which, of course, you're going to do that back. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. DJ, I see a clip the other day. I don't know if you've seen it, but Cherky has a younger brother. Yeah, his younger brother's cold. Obviously, a bit too young to be gassing up, but yeah, he's cold. But they're the kind of guys we need, man. City lost to Palace last final. Final is a one-off. Turn up on the day you win. Chelsea as an underdog, not something to ignore. The FA Cup's the biggest mind games. Unks on mind games with the Twitch stuff I see. How? Big up the Twitch gang. And big up anyone who subscribed with Amazon Prime. Again, people, it's a dead game. You lot was in top form like always. There's no point boring you lot. So you lot enjoy what's left of your Sunday. You know there's always videos and clips. Tomorrow we'll stream and talk about Arsenal and all that kind of jazz. Smash the like button if you haven't. One love.